Thank you, Travis.
You're welcome.
Pearl Jam, Comfortably Numb. Travis picked that one for the show opener today.
Of course he did. He's a Pearl cuck.
I love the Pearl Jam.
But I have to say, Eddie Vedder does covers I really love.
He doesn't do a bad one.
I really like Eddie Vedder's covers very much.
He's very careful which covers
He's very careful. He knows what he can do and what he can't do.
Yes. That all started because Anthrax was in here yesterday doing an acoustic set. They did a really good version of Comfortably Numb, and then Travis was like, you know what we should do? We should play Pearl Jam's version tomorrow. I said, done.
Yeah, any excuse.
Travis plays games of Party called 6 Degrees of Pearl Jam. But nobody else plays. He'll just play it by himself. Nobody wants to hear it.
Just lonely.
Yes, you are. That's a good song, though.
Oh, it's great.
If I could sing any song, it wouldn't be that one, but I would like to sing that one.
Really?
Yeah.
You should try it.
I'm just afraid to say I'm tone deaf.
I think you would do okay. That song that we've been playing the last couple of days, you did a good job with.
Yeah, that's different, though. That was a song of rebellion.
Yes. It's your protest song.
Not my protest song.
It's not your protest song?
No. No, I had nothing to do with it.
Oh, I see. It's Chip's.
Yeah.
It's Chip's protest song. Anthrax was great yesterday. Know what song I really liked? They did an acoustic version of Breathing Lightning. Oh, my God. The first song they did was amazing.
Yeah, I want to hear the songs heavy now. I haven't heard the actual sons.
Right. We probably should have done that to start the show today. Take care of Anthrax a little bit. I don't know. They really didn't want to play acoustically. It's like their record company or their management or somebody said this would be a good idea. I mean, they obviously did an amazing job with it.
They've never done it. I didn't know they'd never done that before.
Yeah, that's pretty cool for us. Band's been around for 35 years. They never did any songs acoustically, and for the first time, they did it on our show yesterday. And I think they did more than well.
Yeah,
and I think their fans will absolutely like something a little different from them.
Yeah, like why not?
Why not is right. There's videos of their performance up on the YouTube channel. So that's how we start. Good morning, Vic Henley.
Hey, it looks like I missed out. I'm jealous.
You like Anthrax?
I would have loved that, I'm sure, especially since you got them doing something they've never done before. Yeah. I always love any band that does something like that.
We didn't know it until they said it. They said they were just warming up and Slayer was making fun of them. I'm like, oh yeah, that's the world they live in.
How great is that?
And I'm just as big a Pearl Jam whore as Travis, by the way, probably.
I love Pearl Jam.
Sometimes I just walk around the house going,
Do you ever hear Jeremy?
Good tune. Yeah. Alive?
Yeah. Dicking bimbos is the greatest phrase ever uttered, I think. I don't think anyone's going to beat that anytime soon. It's the funniest thing I've heard in a year.
It sounds like a Dave Matthews tune. I agree with you. It's really funny.
Colin Powell, some leaked emails. Basically said Bill Clinton is dicking bimbos in his house up there in Chappaqua.
Around the house.
He's dicking bimbos.
He also said she was greedy and like he really kind of motherfucker. Even though he's like we're friends, but he likes her, but
he doesn't want to vote for her. He said right. He doesn't want to vote for Hillary, and Bill Clinton is busy dicking bimbos around the house.
He says she's non-transformational, very rigid. That means she's incapable of changing her stances on things, I would think. She's not going to be very flexible on anything.
She's set in her ways.
Yeah.
Who cares about Hillary? I want to know more about Bill Clinton dicking bimbos.
This picture of her in the glasses, she looks like Dr. Octopus.
Which one?
It's the one that's been circulating.
Hillary.
That photo of her.
Oh, yeah.
She looks like Doc Ock.
I've heard Morpheus, too.
Morpheus?
Oh, yeah.
That works. I guess she's back on the campaign trail today. That's a quick pneumonia, huh?
Yeah.
That's a quick one.
Well,
And then her doctor had to make sure everyone knew that it was non-contagious pneumonia. Is that possible?
I don't even.
To have non-contagious pneumonia?
That's a Dr. Steve question right there.
That is
someone in the medical profession.
Yeah, once the fluid is accumulated beyond the lungs, it's no longer contagious, but it's before that.
Yeah. Maybe we wake up Dr. Steve.
I think we just did.
Yeah, Hillary fainted. That's what happens when you're thrombosis. It's awful. What?
I just want to know, I guess it is possible to have non-contagious pneumonia, or they wouldn't have announced that because, people would attack that.
They got to check it, yeah.
They would check up on that. But I guess they had to say it was non-contagious just because she took that picture with the kid a couple hours after she fainted. She leaves Chelsea's apartment, and all of a sudden the kid runs, past the ropes for a picture? And she put her arm around her and took a picture, and everyone was outraged. Like, if you have pneumonia, why would you take a chance? Blah, blah, blah. So she's back on the campaign trail. We'll see how she does. The pressure's on. She cannot have another weak moment out there. She cannot.
There's a lot of time left. They could both have a lot of weak moments, maybe. I don't know. It seems like there's still a lot of time left.
But I don't know. I think the stress she's going to feel, because she's got to look strong from here on out now. One bad coughing fit, one I don't know, weakness, one faint, one passing out. It's over, John.
One good shit your pants and you're out of the White House, honey.
One shart. Not even a full-on shit, just a shart.
You're one stocking shit fill away from being on your ass.
She cannot stumble anymore.
They're going to just have to put her on the hand truck like Hannibal Lecter and just roll her out for the debates, you know.
I believe, obviously, it hurt her a lot, passing out like that. But now that, a lot of people are buying the whole pneumonia thing.
I don't know. I was just startled and loved it when you showed me the picture the other day, and the foot's totally limp, and she lost her shoe.
Crazy.
And, yeah, you can't deny that. It's an election. You fucking pass out on the street, somebody's going to catch that, and so
I think you want your president to be strong all the time, right? And in control. You don't want like a weekend at Bernie's moment.
Well, George Bush said he choked on the pretzel and fell down and bopped his head on the corner of the coffee table or something. So now is it cool that he said that, or did something else really happen, or was he drunk watching football? Who the fuck knows? But at least he knew he had to acknowledge, I got this big fucking bruiser.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he had a massive bruise, so he couldn't get away with that.
No, he had to say something, right?
Yeah. I hope he didn't make that up. That was the greatest thing ever.
The choking on the pretzel?
Yeah, I mean, it just showed you how, no matter who you are, you're one fucking utz away from going bye-bye in the box.
I agree, Jim. I was hoping that he was back having some beers and watching football, and just like you said, wasn't paying attention, and it really happened. Next thing you knew, he just fell over in the man cave somewhere. But
no zinger, no. Why couldn't you just tell me this? No zinger, no more K-cups getting you a small coffee with 2%.
No, almond milk.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I wanted tea, though.
They don't have it anymore.
What is that shirt? It's a phone booth with Travis's.
I know exactly.
Oh, that's a Doctor Who shirt.
I made fun of it plenty of times.
Oh, have I addressed that one before?
Yes.
Doctor Who. Doctor Who. How could that make anyone want to watch the show? That's a phone booth with it's glowing inside.
It's a police box.
Police box?
Yes.
I just don't know the show.
No, exactly.
And it's like a Bill and Ted time traveling elevator looking thing.
No, Bill and Ted.
Police box. Who is it? Lindsay Wagner?
The birthday boy's on the line. This is a great day to talk to the birthday boy. Happy birthday, Dr. Steve.
Oh yeah.
Is it your birthday?
51. That's awesome.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. How's your dizzy spells and all that? You still falling down in the shower?
Good. Yeah.
That's right.
No, fuck, I cured myself.
You cured yourself?
Oh, physician, heal thyself.
Whoa, look at you. Fancy man.
So what was it? Was it what you thought?
Yeah. No, it was, look, what I've always said on my show is if Western, modern medicine fails you, then you can go and start looking at the alternative.
What was the alternative? Dicking bimbos around the house? That'll cure what ails you.
But I got online and I did a shitload of research about things that will treat demyelinating polyneuropathy, including I looked at models like chemo-related neuropathy, and there are actually...
Sorry.
There actually is some data out there on some stuff. It's not great data, but it's pretty good. And 4 of the studies looked at different nutritional supplements that can actually improve peripheral neuropathy. And so I just went on Amazon and bought all 4 of them and started taking that shit. And I'm really almost back to normal.
Oh, good.
Isn't that great that even a doctor's just online buying shit?
I know, from Canada.
Right, from Canada.
I know. No.
Doesn't really know what's in these supplements. You're a doctor.
I know. why didn't my neurologist know about this stuff, or recommend any of it? He was just like, well, you got, this demyelinating neuropathy. Hope you're okay. Good luck, and just sent me out the door. So
yeah, but you're feeling much better, huh?
That's good.
Yes. I mean, I can balance on one foot. I can get typed back up to about 100 words a minute. I was at 140 before all this shit started, so I'm not 100%, but I'm.
Who would ever know how many words they can type?
Yeah. Hold on a second. Dr. Helen, how did you come to know that?
Right now, what are we in high school? That's the only time you.
You're not wrong, Jim. Yeah, I took typing in high school in 19.
But you were testing yourself, you weirdo. Oh, fuck, I'm down 100.
Yeah, well. Yeah, that's what we had to do back then. Was you had these big mechanical typewriters, and you had to test your speed.
Yeah, but
and so
what? But I mean, if you're a fast typist, what does it really matter in this world?
Is that an indication of your mental capacities coming back or not diminished or something?
No, yeah. Well, what it was the way I noticed my neuropathy was my typing skills declined, and I was making a lot of mistakes.
How old are you?
Slowing down.
Oh, no. Dr. Steve is writing a book about his illness.
Look, dude. No, we're in the age of electronic medical records, so if you can't type,
that's right.
You're fucked. I have one of my partners can't type, and he types with one finger.
Yeah.
And he just goes with one finger, and it's the stupidest looking thing you've ever seen.
You should give a TED Talk.
It really slows him down.
You should give a TED Talk and call it The Gift of QWERTY. How I discovered my illness.
Do you own a typewriter?
No.
Okay, all right.
Woody Allen still used the typewriter.
Yeah, I know. I remember from that documentary. Isn't it the same typewriter too? It's all sorts of fucked up.
He can't get the ribbon for it anymore, or whatever.
And then some of the what are they called? The
keys.
Are they called keys on a typewriter? Yeah. Okay, because I got all right. Isn't one of the keys all fucked up too? If I remember from the documentary,
it's got to be.
Yeah. Dr. Steve, we already know the answer to the question, but what the fuck? It's your birthday, so
50 years.
They're saying that Hillary has non-contagious pneumonia, and I wanted to call you and have you confirm that, but then I was thinking they wouldn't have put that out there if they knew people were going to check on it. So it's got to be true.
Yeah.
It's got to be true, or they'd be attacking her by now.
Well, I mean, it's got to be true. I don't know that that's an accurate statement, but it's likely true. So much of pneumonia is not what we think of as contagious. A lot of the reasons people get pneumonia is because of host factors. In other words, their body is vulnerable to the causative agent for whatever reason that is. And so, if you're around somebody with, say, lobar pneumonia, and that's what I would like to know. What kind of pneumonia is this? I haven't had a chance to see the CT scan results to see whether it's confined to one lobe of the lung, which would imply that it would be pneumococcal pneumonia, which is what you get the vaccine. What you get the vaccine for.
Wait, you're mad you haven't been able to see her numbers?
I haven't. I've seen the numbers, but I haven't seen the CT report. And by the way, we don't usually do a CT scan to diagnose pneumonia, but you can. That's either really an over-the-top workup, or they were really looking for something else and then just found this pneumonia.
Well, listen,
my concern was always for her was she getting good health care? Because when I first heard, she had pneumonia and they put her on antibiotics, I wanted to make sure that as a human being, whether you agree with her politically or not, that she was getting good health care, because so many people these days are treated for quote-unquote pneumonia because they've had a cough and their doctor just throws a prescription of antibiotics at her.
I would assume someone like Hillary Clinton's getting good health care,
unless she's on the Obamacare.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah. Do you think she's really sick?
I mean, how could I even answer that? I've never examined her. I can only go with what her doctor is saying, which is that she has pneumonia of some sort. I don't know what kind of pneumonia it is. There's pneumonia, and then there's pneumonia. There's what we call typical pneumonia, which is bacterial, and causes a certain syndrome of cough and fever and stuff. And then there's atypical pneumonia that can be viruses, fungi, walking pneumonia, stuff like that. And Legionnaire's disease is the number 3 cause of pneumonia in community acquired cases. Did they test her for that? I just want to make sure she got a good workup.
Right. What about the seizure glasses? Does that mean anything or no?
Yeah, those weird glasses.
I don't know.
Glasses.
Yeah.
Do we even know that's what they are? I mean, the Zeiss lenses have been shown.
I don't even know what seizure glasses are. I've never heard of them.
Exactly. Well, that's the thing, but there's some studies out there of these Zeiss glasses reducing seizures. I mean, I've just seen some scanty data on that, but I don't even know that's what they are. I mean, people are telling me that's what they are, but how the fuck do I know?
Thank you, Dr. Oz.
How are we going to get you on TV with how the fuck do I know? We're trying to get you on TV, buddy. We want to take on Dr. Oz and take him out. Her sunglasses look like Revos. I used to have a pair of Revos that looked very similar to those.
I had friends
I
that
just
had
think
those.
they look cool. I mean, how do we know? So, until I have the opportunity to examine her or examine, a complete medical record, there's no way to know.
And you think Donald Trump is healthy? I think they're saying how many pounds overweight he's 235.
He's a big fatso, but other than that, he's okay. Yeah.
He's 235 pounds, and how tall is he? He's about 6. I don't know exactly.
He's overweight, definitely.
I've seen him a few times in public. I'm trying to remember. He's like, how tall is he?
For a guy worth $4 billion, they said he's 30 pounds underweight, but for a regular person, he's overweight.
Yeah, good point.
Could he walk 18? He's a golfer. Does he ride the car?
Oh, he's a cart guy.
He can't walk 18?
I was a caddy for a long time. I guarantee Trump's a cart guy.
I just, that'd be one thing that he could go to if he was claiming he was remotely a little bit healthy. I walk 18 holes 3 times a week or something.
And he eats shitty. I guess the whole Dr. Oz thing is happening today with him, right?
He taped it yesterday, I think.
And some of the stuff
he loves the fast food. He even says that.
Well, that's not good, especially when you're 70 years old.
Bill Clinton.
Yeah, but Bill Clinton...
Yeah, he was younger when he was in Halen.
And he had quadruple bypass.
Bill Clinton would go and eat a McDonald's while he was jogging.
Yep.
Oh, that was the greatest video. He jogged to a McDonald's. All right. What are you doing for your birthday?
Well, it was yesterday, and I didn't do anything. So.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Sad doctor. What the hell? Sad doctor.
Did you at least pet that dog we heard barking in the background? Did you have a moment?
Is that a euphemism?
No, you didn't hear there was a dog barking. Sorry.
Did they at least sing happy birthday to you?
Oh, no. What are you talking about now? We're fine. I'm going to do something on Saturday.
No, did your family sing happy birthday to you?
Sure, yes, of course they did.
I think he's just
that's
trying to cover
no.
up. Yeah.
Oh,
No, they will on Saturday.
No. Doctor Steve's the invisible man at home.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
Man, they didn't even cue up the Beatles for you? Nothing?
No. It's we're weird on birthdays. We'll set a different date and then celebrate it. So I don't even want to talk about it.
Oh, no. Were you hinting around to it? He's probably hinting around to it, going, I hope my back doesn't hurt. I got to blow out those candles. And this kid's like, what?
Yeah, he's spending the day just clearing your throat.
Yeah. Fucking Peter Brady had a better birthday party than you did.
My wife has something very nice planned for Saturday.
You hope.
Well, yeah, but you got to do something on the actual day.
Of course. I'm with you.
And then the Saturday's like an extra
the song
birthday
and a card on the day.
Song, card, blowing out something.
The cupcake.
How about a pat on the back? How about you made another year, buddy?
Attaboy.
And why is the household weird with birthdays? What's that about?
I don't know. We just have never. I don't know, dude. What the?
How many children do you have?
Every day is a special day when you're a dog.
He's backpedaling.
Why are you backpedaling? What's going on with you and birthdays in that house?
His feelings are hurt that no one remembered his birthday.
No, that's not it at all.
Oh, you all right, buddy?
Yes.
How many children? He didn't answer my question.
He doesn't want to get into it.
He didn't even answer my question. How many kids do you have?
No, there's nothing to get into. We just don't celebrate birthdays like normal people.
You don't have love in your home.
But you have kids. Do you celebrate their birthdays at least? Because they don't understand that. Yeah. But you and your wife, you just try to ignore the birthday?
No, we just, okay, for example.
All right, here we go. Thank you, Dr. Steve. You know we're trying to do a radio show. Give me something.
My wife's birthday was on the 7th, but we went on the 11th to go see Ben Folds in Nashville. So we just scheduled something on the weekend. It's just like, look, Lincoln's birthday didn't happen on a fucking Monday every year, but that's when we celebrate it, or one of those things, so we just celebrate it when it's convenient. That's all. No, nothing.
Should be both. I'm sticking with it. Should be both.
Yes. It takes nothing to bake a quick cake. Throw some candles in
15 minutes.
And then just say, hey, blow these out, asshole. And then you do the thing on the weekend.
They're right there by the cash register at the grocery store.
Exactly.
They're right down front.
You want everyone
to fun conversation tonight when my wife gets home after listening to this.
Well, I think she should have done something for your birthday.
Sir, here's what's going to happen when she walks in the door. Why didn't you say anything?
I thought you were okay with our family tradition.
Right.
I forgot.
No one knows that
Totally
Dr. Steve was in his room by himself just crying.
Yeah, with a stupid birthday hat on.
Sort of tilted.
His little neck sore from the rubber band cutting into it. These don't fit like they used to.
He was celebrating his birthday by himself.
Sure.
Then they knocked on his door, and he had to quickly put everything away.
Hide his hat in the closet.
A little noisemaker.
And a little something he bought for himself.
Yeah, Daddy, what's that little mark under your chin? Nothing.
He's got a little frosting still on his lip.
Yeah, he had a cupcake by himself.
He can't blow the thing all the way out because then it'll toot and they'll hear him. He just has to roll the paper out so far. And,
Against the wall.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, this is sad. When did you stop?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
You obviously don't celebrate birthdays because now it's just an excuse. Oh, this weekend we'll do something. So when did you stop celebrating birthdays? At what age?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm older than everybody else in that studio. So when you hit, late 50s, I stopped at 60.
Okay.
Yeah, but when you're close to like death, like yourselves, aren't the birthdays become more and more special,
more precious?
Right. The middle ones I get.
Yeah,
like the first ones are very important. Then the middle ones you blow it off for a little bit. But I think when you turn 60, then every birthday's a gift.
No, it is. I agree. But it is an artificial day. It's just,
but then you just said you stopped
the same day
celebrating.
when the Earth comes back around. It's in the same place that it was when you were born. It's very artificial in that regard.
Yeah.
Oh, that was very scientific.
Anyway.
Poor Dot. Did you buy a little something for yourself?
Did I? No, not really. A fire pit. Yeah, we my wife and I bought a fire pit together.
That doesn't count. I don't think that.
What's going on? This is so weird.
Maybe.
I think everyone should.
No, I didn't.
I think everyone should tweet Dr. Steve, even though his birthday was yesterday. Wish him a very happy birthday.
Right.
And maybe send him some pictures that he would appreciate.
Yeah, absolutely.
A couple pictures he could appreciate with a nice happy birthday message for Dr. Steve.
Yes, fleshy, dark candles.
Yeah.
What do you think, Dr. Steve? Will that make you happy if everyone tweets you a happy birthday?
Some cock pics, that would be awesome. Yeah, appreciate it.
What about your kids? Did they buy you a card or make a little card for you? He's got wonderful kids.
Nah.
I asked him. He didn't say how many.
Yeah, they did.
They did? Oh, you're just lying now.
Yeah.
You just want to stick
I know,
off
dude.
that.
Get in the car, bro.
He's talking to somebody.
Who's
I'm
getting?
late
It's a
getting my
stranger.
Oh, sorry.
All right. All right, Dr. Steve. This Dr.
Yeah, I
Steve,
gotta go.
You're very mysterious with this birthday thing.
Oh, I know. I'm just fucking old, and
No, but you're doing good. You're not falling down in the shower anymore. You
Yeah. No, yeah.
cure
No, I'm
yourself
doing
with some weird supplements.
Chinese
You
herbs.
diagnosed yourself. That's
Yeah.
pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's. I see a movie.
well,
in
and
your
the thing
future.
is that if anybody else has something similar, God damn it! If anybody else has anything similar, I'd be happy to share with them my research.
What was it? Lorenzo's Oil?
Yeah.
Is that the one? Yeah. Okay. All right. Steve.
No, but it's actually this information is out there. It's just that it hasn't been widely adopted by neurologists yet because the double-blind placebo-controlled data isn't there yet. But for me, I can't wait for the double-blind placebo-controlled trials, and none of this stuff is going to hurt me. So I'm cool with trying it.
Yeah.
What you get excited about is so strange.
Yeah, double-blind placebo trials.
I can't wait for this.
He's more excited about that than his birthday.
Right.
Did you hear him? He went up a whole other octave.
Yeah.
He's completely ecstatic.
Double-blind placebo trials.
Right.
That's what I should have got for my birthday.
Yeah, I'm making tour shirts.
Oh, congratulations on getting your typing skills back up to
Yes.
where they belong, sir.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Good for you.
Well, it was just a marker. That's the thing.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Steve.
All
Go
right.
get your kids to school. It's weird medicine whenever E-Rock feels like putting it on the air. I'm with you now. Well, that's what he would say, so I'm just repeating
Okay.
what Dr. Steve would say. And weird medicine on the Twitter, right?
He's gone.
Are you gone there?
Still there? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Sorry, my fucking phone went to voice.
Are we on?
Went to Bluetooth.
Are we on?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. All right. Let's let you go. All right. So everyone tweet
gotta go.
Dr. Steve and wish him a very happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Steve.
Thanks, boys.
All right.
Take care, buddy.
Here
Have a
we
good
go.
day.
All right.
He's calling his son bro. I like that.
Yeah,
Did
get
you
in the
hear him?
car, bro.
Get in the
Come on,
car,
bro.
bro.
Yeah. Before I tase you, if you remember the shirt.
Don't tase me, bro.
Look, I understand birthdays are for the young, but you gotta like do a little.
That's my favorite
A little
thing.
acknowledgement.
Is it really? I hate them.
Yeah, I think it's because it's your own personal holiday, and so many of the other holidays are contrived and man-made. I kind of like, well, if we're going to contrive one, then everybody should have your day. My family always teased me because when I was a little kid, I would always go, it's your day. You're going to do anything you want on your day. I was super geeky and weird about it, but I've always liked birthdays.
So you celebrate it properly?
Oh, I'll do something, yeah.
Jimmy sort of downplays it.
I
right?
always-
you
yeah.
downplay your birthday.
Well, I think it was X amount of years ago today. I had my mother's vagina scraping over my face.
Then there's looking at it that way. That's another way to look at it.
Oh my God! Most of us touched our own mom's clits on the way out.
On the way out, yeah, your little baby hands.
A little speed bag.
You think the clit just goes from the forehead? All
I don't
the way
know.
down to the
I don't
nose?
even.
Yes.
What? What?
It
You don't want to
drags
talk
over
about
it.
this, Vic? What's wrong with you?
It drags over it.
Just your old mom's clit.
Oh, God.
Crush your entire face. I don't know. My birthdays got better because I have a family. But, it was downplayed for a while there when you're pretty much on your own.
I'm just saying, if you want to go big, go big. If you want to sit quietly, go quietly. It's your choice to do whatever you want. Is my only rule.
I think I went a bunch of years without blowing out
That's
anything.
fine. It's your choice. My whole thing, and you can't give me shit about it. It's my goddamn birthday. Fuck you if I want to sit home by myself and not do anything. That's my whole thing. Is just your rule. Nobody gets to change it.
Stay home and do some of that dicking bimbo.
Stick a bimbo around the house.
Put on a little Dave Matthews and start dicking bimbos.
This is worth reading. I know we sort of did the basics, but Colin Powell wrote in a jaw-dropping email that he doesn't want to vote for his pal Hillary Clinton because she's a greedy defender of the status quo whose husband is still dicking bimbos at home. Wow. I would rather not have to vote for her, although she is a friend I respect, the former Secretary of State, wrote Democratic donor Jeffrey Leeds. A 70-year-old person with a long track record, unbridled ambition, greedy, not transformational, with a husband still, and he says it again, dicking bimbos at home.
He says it twice?
No.
Oh, okay. I love
No, that's the actual email I just, they started with a paragraph of what the email was about. Then it was the actual email. Powell sent the message just days after the Post revealed in May that Bill Clinton allegedly had a blonde mistress who visits his Chappaqua home so often she was dubbed the Energizer by the Secret Service.
That's my favorite part.
See, it just goes to what we've all thought for many years, and we don't know shit because we're not that close to the Clintons, obviously, that they have some kind of understanding.
or not. And he's just still thinking he can get
come
away with
on,
it. Or
right?
I'm just still, or whatever, right? The unwritten thing is what you're saying.
Sexy.
She's sexy. I guess she's
sexy.
she's a neighbor up there.
Is this from the Secret Service guy's book that was on our show? Because it said some of this stuff came out from...
that Gary Byrne guy?
Okay, that's our guy's name. This guy's name was...
I loved Gary Byrne.
Yeah.
He was a treat.
Ronald Kessler, sorry, the First Family Detail, Secret Service. He also told some stuff, I guess.
Yeah, well,
Secret Service man got to keep their mouth shut, man. Sign non-disclosures. What the fuck?
Well, that's what we thought when we were talking to the other guy who was in here.
How do
This
you
is
talk
very
about
rare.
this shit?
I don't know, especially if you know what you're up to. You don't think Bill is hinting? Well, let's get some people to sign some shit before they see what I'm up to.
I don't care if Bill's fucking women on the side. The Secret Service shouldn't be talking about that.
Let's see. Yeah, and I guess that's it. That's about it. And the Colin Powell thing, but supposedly it's this girl that we were just she's
wow, she's really sexy.
She's pretty sexy, right?
Yeah, that's a big coup for her too. You know how big that is? Like when you're like this, you're a woman and you live up there, and all of a sudden you fast forward and you're fucking Bill Clinton. Like she probably remembers he was the cute president. Like, oh, I liked him. Is that? Oh my God, is that her?
No,
that's somebody else.
That's another one. No,
holy shit!
It's pretty obvious that he fucks around, huh?
Yeah.
If he's doing these girls, Clinton, the amount of ass that Clinton must pull, I mean, the quality of it. Chappelle had a really... Do you remember Chappelle's joke about the difference between JFK and the women, Marilyn Monroe, and he was making fun of Lewinsky? Oh. And then he says, and then Bill Clinton, the type of pussy he gets, and then he mocks looking out the window and going, like, you, come here. Looking out the door.
No, I don't remember that.
That was how he chose his mistresses.
That's right.
Really funny, man.
That's all you gotta do is walk by.
Yeah, just pokes his head out the office door. Come here.
Well, there you have it. And now we got Hillary back on the campaign trail today. And Donald Trump was scolded a little bit yesterday in Flint, Michigan. Did you see that?
I did not, no.
Oh, it's a great, quick video. He was invited, I think, I guess it was a church up there in Flint, Michigan. And he started talking and started, kind of going after Hillary Clinton. You haven't seen this yet? I'll just play it for you. Check this out.
Hillary failed on the economy, just like she's failed on foreign policy. Everything she touched didn't work out. Nothing. Now Hillary Clinton.
Mr. Trump, I invited you here to thank us for what we've done in Flint,
okay.
not
Okay.
to give a political speech.
Okay, that's good. Then I'm going to go back onto Flint. Okay.
Wait, what was that for?
He's up there in Flint. The families are devastated by the water issue up there.
Is that cases of bottle of water behind him?
Yes, it is. It looks like more of a gymnasium or something.
Cinder block wall, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess maybe it's not a church. They invited him up there to talk to the families that have been devastated by this water issue, and then he sort of went into a campaign speech, and she came out and said, look, that's not what...
Is that what she said? I couldn't understand what she said. I invited you for. I didn't get it.
They have to realize, too, whenever you invite a candidate 3 weeks away from, or a few months, 50 days from the election, what do you expect him to do?
But it was interesting. Trump's like, okay.
he stopped.
Yeah. What did she say exactly? Play that part again.
Now Hillary Clinton.
Mr. Trump, I invited you here to thank us for what we've done in Flint,
okay.
not
Okay.
to give a political speech.
Okay, that's good. Then I'm going to go back onto Flint. Okay.
Thank us. I guess they're, I don't know. Maybe they're doing something really nice for the residents because there's a lot of water in the background. So,
well, maybe he had to. Maybe he said, "This is why." Maybe he gave "This is why I want to do it." And then, all right, but I don't blame him for. Come on, it's what you do.
I'm with you. You can't blame the politician for elbowing in a little politics.
Hey, of course, what are you there for? You think Obama
during an election year,
Hillary?
Squeeze in a couple jabs.
You have to.
You gotta, in between.
Well, it's still
in between handing out fresh water and squeeze in a few.
Why not?
Shots.
It's an election year. That's legal.
This video now too about did Trump really mock that reporter? So what Ann Coulter was saying that day, I still when I saw that video, I'm not. Weird I took the position I took because that video looked like he was mocking the reporter. But if there's other videos showing him, then maybe he absolutely wasn't.
So what is this? This is an old interview?
These are older interviews.
From 2005 on good old Larry King?
Yeah, where he's doing that kind of motion.
The same motion where it looked like he was mocking the New York Times reporter?
Yeah, in the face he does, yeah.
Where is this now? You got it there? All right.
We have to watch the whole thing. But
He looks a whole lot better back then, doesn't he?
yeah.
Well, yeah.
Get me out of here, right?
Well, he did a little.
Any phones? You know what?
Yeah, he did like that whole thing.
That's to me, like,
And he does it in
that
other
would be
incidents too.
Yeah, but what is he?
Just mocking an attitude. He's not even in that. He's kind of mocking like of his way of going. Like I'm an asshole.
Right.
It's childish, but it's not the same.
Right. I don't know, man, but that hand looked exactly like that.
No, I know, dude. But there's other ones too.
Yeah, show me some more.
There was a few of them in a row. A couple of them. One of them didn't help his case, but one of them I thought really did.
Right. So maybe Ann Coulter's right.
Yeah, I mean, with that case, sure.
Maybe she's. Do we owe her an apology?
Well, no, I didn't insult her. I just didn't agree with her.
Right.
I'm just still thinking, my God, in the 10 years, if you age in office, just look from 05 to 15, he's gone downhill a fair amount. I hope if he wins, good Lord, what will the office do to him?
I think that's when it starts.
He'll be Chris Christie big and more orange.
You kidding me? The most powerful guy on earth. He'll look like he's 30 when he's finished.
He's gonna be the one guy that's gonna go the other direction.
Yeah. He's wanted this entire life.
I like it, Norton. I like it.
He'll be down to 140.
Right.
A lean, mean
He's
fucking machine.
sprinting. He's looking good. Yeah. The hair's back to a normal color.
Turned into a triathlete.
Yeah. He's doing Iron Man.
Oh my God, this guy's wanted this his entire life. Are you kidding me? He's going to enjoy every second of it.
I love it.
So, all right, that's big news today. That possibly this is just what he does.
Let's see what there's more. There might be more here.
All right,
Get some of these regulators out of the banks so you can borrow and you can help. Because, the banks now, they can't do anything. They're run by the regulators. In all fairness to the banks, they're run by the regulators. When you see the president of the bank, I mentioned the word regulator.
See?
These guys come in, they run the banks.
It's a little different, but I mean, it's obviously something he does when he's describing a guy being an asshole or a panicked guy.
Here's another one. Let me see. We'll tweet this out, by the way. I'm
And
sorry.
I watched a general recently on television, and they said to him, what do you think about ISIS? Oh, ISIS is very tough. And I'm saying, first of all, why is a general on television? I don't want my generals on television.
That's not his case, but it's something. It's much less.
Here's another one from February 2016.
Ed's a good debater. I said he is a good debater, but he can't talk, okay? Bad talker. He's a good debater, bad talker. So he's over here. They asked him about waterboarding. They said, Senator Cruz, what do you think of waterboarding? I don't want to talk about it.
It's the same thing. Same thing.
When people get nervous
that strengthens his cause case tremendously. Yeah.
Right.
So now I don't think he was mocking the disabled report.
Is there any more? Is that it? Is there one more I can check out before you tweet this out to the people so they can check it out? Let's see.
There's too controversial. And I'm saying to myself, they're chopping off heads. He doesn't want to talk about waterboarding. A couple of good paragraphs.
November 2015.
Instead of talking about northern New Jersey draws the prober's eye. Written by a nice reporter. Now the poor guy, you got to see this guy. I don't know what I said. I don't remember.
All right,
it's his reaction to it. Someone's nervous, doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, his panic.
14 years ago, he still.
That one was a little more, though.
It was.
But you string these together and roll 5 or 6 of them out in a row, and he's got a brilliant argument.
Yeah, it does.
Now.
Yeah, it really does strengthen the case that he was not mocking that. So now it looks like he wasn't. So I was incorrect.
Yeah. It's interesting. He's got if this is court, he definitely now has some evidence.
Yeah. He's got a case.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
That actually makes me happy to see, because it's like I was going to probably vote for him anyway, but it's like, what do you do? Now it's like, all right, that's just him being an exasperated. His impression of exasperated asshole. I can live with that.
You're actually going to go in there and pull that lever for him?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I haven't. I don't hate Hillary Clinton. I'm not like, fuck that cunt. I'm still not 100% for him. Yeah. I still think the way he handled the family of that soldier was terrible. But overall, I mean, she's not doing anything to blow me away either. And he's, to me, my opinion, he's just a great big fuck you to the rest of them. And she's not a good enough argument in the other. If he was running against Obama, I would vote for Obama over Trump. I would vote for Obama.
Do you hear the groans out there?
I don't care. You're right, but I would vote for Bill Clinton over Trump. I would vote for George Bush, W. Bush over Trump.
Right. I'd vote for you over Trump.
Thank you very much. I've said that many times in the mirror. You can do it, Jimmy.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
And you just bring in all the characters for the cabinet. You don't need other people. It's just you.
We're taking a chance. I want to take a shot.
You want to take that chance?
And this is the only chance we'll have in our lifetime. There might be better qualified, quote-unquote, outsiders. I'm sure there are.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's other business guys that are much, less likely to say something crazy or more experienced. But fuck it, this is the only shot I'm going to have.
I'll be sitting out once again.
I was leaning towards Ross Perot for a second for some of these same thoughts back in the day.
For him. The only time I ever voted.
I was just until he went to the NAACP and said "you people" like 400 times.
Oh, he said "you people."
That's what that was his downfall. Yeah,
that's what got me.
That was that's what lured you in. That's what.
It wasn't Stockdale.
Well, that too. Yeah, that too. There was just a domino effect.
I was all in with Perot myself.
He had a bad week though.
I remember me and my friends. We were so excited about this Perot and a third party candidate, and then that vice president presidential debate with Stockdale.
Yep.
I remember the whole room. You could feel the air because we were all on the couch. We were drinking and partying, but we were watching the debate. And then when he had that, where am I? Whatever it was. Where am I? Who? What? Get the phone. Which Phil Hartman did such a great impression of on SNL. I remember to this day the air just being let out of the room. Everyone's like, fuck me.
It was a bad way. It was like it was.
Perot almost had this thing, and then he picks a weird, running mate. And, we all know why he was like that. He's a war hero, of course. You can't make fun of that. But still, it just showed that weakness again, which voters just never want to see. You don't want to see that weakness ever, whether it's, for the presidency or the vice president.
Look at him. He's up there with Quayle. This was just battle of geniuses.
Right.
Dennis Miller had a great joke. I don't remember the joke, but the point of it was that the greatest crime this Stockdale guy committed, and he was saying kind of shame on us as Americans for making this important, was that he didn't look good on television.
Right.
Like that he was probably more I forget what the point of, I don't want to misquote Dennis Miller.
Yeah.
But it was a really smart point I remember he made, 20 years ago.
Well, that was one of the things they said about Kennedy, and Nixon didn't shave. There was one of those back when he was running against Kennedy that really hurt him, that Nixon wasn't a good looking fellow on television and he didn't shave. And then flash over to Mr. Gorgeous JFK sitting there looking all dapper and suave.
He was a sweaty mess.
Yeah.
Right. In front of everybody. Yeah. And he didn't shave on top of it?
I thought I somehow remember. That's my, sometimes my facts are accurate.
I heard he used something on
I know he was kind of sweaty,
I also
too.
heard he used something on his face that didn't look good on TV. He was in the movie. I'll do some Googling. Yes. So, where were we? Where are we?
Why are we here? That's a different take.
I guess that's it with the politics, pretty much. You got Trump on Oz today, Dr. Oz. Oh, I know what it was. Kiosks around New York City.
Kiosks?
Kiosks.
Yeah, that's a weird word.
Kiosks.
There's 2 K's, an S, and a K.
Yes.
1 K short, for Pete's sake.
Kiosks. You're right.
You talking about those Wi-Fi station kind of things?
Yeah, it was the greatest idea ever. You got the old, they're the old phone booths, and now they're Wi-Fi kiosks.
But people were pulling up chairs and stuff like that.
Well, they were pulling
New Yorkers.
They were pulling up chairs and taking advantage of it, and they were watching porn. So, de Blasio is disabling the internet access on the Wi-Fi kiosks.
Why does he have to disable it?
Because everyone's watching porn on them, and I guess if you're walking by and you're seeing porn, that could probably lead to somebody suing the city or something.
Can't he just make it like where you can't access those sites?
I would assume so.
Yeah, like you could still access they're Wi-Fi kiosks, so you can connect to Wi-Fi, you can get in touch with 311, you can do a bunch of stuff, but there's also a browser there, and so you can go online. And one of the problems was that people were just sitting there all day, just using.
Made it their office.
And another problem is that a guy was arrested for masturbating.
Yeah, homeless dude.
That's a homeless guy, though.
Yeah, but they jerk off looking at spaghetti.
Who doesn't?
I know, but that's a fair point. That was a bad example. Looks like pubes.
Am I the only one that gets a little chuckle when I come upon a homeless guy masturbating?
I've always enjoyed it.
Rephrase that.
Come upon. I chuckle every time.
No, I'm thinking good for you.
I just think the balls it takes. I know the guy's homeless, so he might be a little bit on the crazy side, but the balls it takes to just be jerking it in front of everybody.
It's never a homeless woman. You never see the.
It's a good point.
You never see that one.
You never see a crazy lady fucking diddling her clit.
Yeah, it's never. It's always a dude.
You're right.
I just assume because it's easier to jerk off if you're a guy.
Well, it's the same thing. Either sex, you put your hand in your pants.
I understand how it works. I understand how it works.
But look, this is totally typical New Yorkers just rolling out there and they, bought a chair and just rolling up there and hooked up for the day, just sitting there. Hey, I'm busy. I'm taking meetings. Excuse me.
Well, there should be a time, I guess, but it's hard to regulate that stuff. But if homeless people can go online, I don't have a problem with it.
Well, de Blasio said that people would just be able to figure it out themselves about, how long you should be there and when you should give someone else a
They're not going to give up on these things. They're going to have to regroup.
People were bringing furniture there, and they were having date nights, watching movies.
Were they really?
Yes.
Yeah. You gotta love that, watching free Netflix. If that's what your life is, we have to sit and look at a fucking thing to watch TV.
Who gets pissed off at that?
This is the ingenuity of the New Yorker,
You see a couple down on their luck, and they wheel up to a kiosk to have a movie night?
I love it.
Fuck, let them be.
Yeah, I agree.
What is this guy? He made it his what? What was this headline? Wi-Fi kiosks have become living rooms for vagrants.
Yeah, let them have it. I mean, come on.
We all have our Wi-Fi on our... We're good.
My tax dollars have been thrown away on so much garbage. If you tell me some fucking bum is going to sit there and drink a McDonald's beverage and charge his phone, I'm okay with that. You know what? He's going to read the Drudge Report. I'm okay with that.
He's getting some scores.
Exactly.
Maybe he wants to know if the Yankees and the Mets won. Everybody, I like it.
Some guy with pancake-sized fucking sores on his hands wants to fucking chat with a friend in Nigeria. Godspeed. Chat away. On me. I'm happy to pay for that.
A vagrant wants to watch Stranger Things.
Absolutely.
Fine.
He wants to, pop that Netflix on.
Go right ahead.
Let him be, my God. Speaking of McDonald's, I got to say really fast. When was the last time you guys were in McDonald's?
Dude, I've been wanting... I want to go to McDonald's. I haven't gone in about a year, and I've been wanting to. So in October, I'm going.
I was there a month ago because I took the kids. So
you want to know my answer?
Okay.
At least since my now wife, so we've been together about 12 years. It's probably 15 years.
Oh, no, not once during your...
Till last night.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know what to do.
What do you mean?
My kids, I don't like my kids eating the fast food, but every once in a while, we have a babysitter that helps us out from time to time, and I've discovered that she obviously takes them to McDonald's a lot. Because I out of nowhere was like, all right, let's go to McDonald's, get some Happy Meals or whatever.
And the kid's like, Dad, I wanted number 6, the whole ketchup. Like, how the fuck did you know?
No, they walk in, they're like, good to see you, Carl. They know everybody.
You jumped ahead in my story. That's exactly what happened. I walk up, I don't know what I'm doing, and my 6 and my 4 are explaining exactly what I have to do. And then I didn't know they now give you a number.
And they're going, you need to get the 10-piece McNugget because that one comes with extra barbecue sauce.
Because they hand me this thing, and my son goes, your number's 400. What do you mean my number? And then we sit over here, and then they're looking at the security. They knew the whole fucking layout of the place. I'm like, oh, that's great.
Wait, did
what
you
the
go
hell
to the
is my
one
babysitter doing when we're not home?
On the corner from where we...
Yeah, kid.
It's not the best one.
It's very ghetto in there.
When you guys walked in, this family of 4 blondes, did like a light shine on you and confetti drop?
I'm not gonna lie to you, I was a little nervous.
You're saying it's Black Donald's, not McDonald's?
It's extremely, let's go with ethnic. There was many words I could use there. It's very ethnic, but they redid the whole place. It's gorgeous inside.
Nice? Okay.
And they were awesome. Everyone was very nice, but I did not know what to do.
And what did you get?
Just Happy Meals for the kids, chicken McNuggets.
You didn't get anything yourself?
Nope. I was able to say,
really?
Nope.
I'm craving McDonald's though. Like once in a while, it tastes so good. Holy fuck, is McDonald's tasty?
And they ate every fucking bite. What the hell do they put in McDonald's that the kids will eat the whole fucking thing? Because we can't get them to eat a whole meal at home.
Cotton candy.
But it has to be a sugar or something that's getting them to eat the whole thing. And they got their little toy, and they were extremely happy. So, but
I haven't had a cheeseburger. Once in a while, me and Kenny on the way home at night. You'd be driving home after a gig. It's 1 a.m. There's nothing open. It was like, you're nauseous hungry. I'm like, fuck it. I'll just get 2 cheeseburgers and a fry and then cut the cheese.
Yeah.
All the way home. Nice silent hot ones right in Kenny's face.
Immediately, right?
Dude, before we're in the car, my stomach's going, all right, what's going on here? Excuse me, pardon me. All the logs are lining up to help that wind really stink on the way out.
You're not sure if, you're going to shit it out. I was trying to think of a better way to say that.
Not the only way to say it.
When you eat some of these burgers, you feel right away. You're like, I was going to come running down my leg pants.
You took me straight there. I've had that all from the moment you said 1:30 and the nauseous, the whole thing.
You got to eat, and you take one bite. You're like, that was delicious. Oh no,
here it comes.
And a milkshake. Oh, if I really wanted to punish him, if we had more than an hour to go, it would be a milkshake too.
That would be wonderful.
Oh, the gassers those give you.
Why don't we get you a milkshake for breakfast?
I have to fly today. I can't do that to other people.
Even better.
No. I'm on a diet now, Travis. But after October, after I film, I'll be happy to have a McDonald's. It'll be a big treat.
Once in first class, this little old grandmother lady got upgraded, and the little old lady got upgraded. The little old lady woke me up and was tactful as she could be. Apparently had been just shitting all over for an hour before she finally had enough because I was fogging her out, and she went, "Something's not agreeing with you." It took me a second, and then it was still lingering in the air, and then I went, "Oh my God, I'm sorry," and then I went to the bathroom and had another fucking fartathon in there. But yeah, she started poking me gently in the side. Something's not agreeing.
Oh, that's funny.
You know how bad you're farting when a stranger has to wake you?
That's what I mean. That's the point, right?
That's awesome.
30 years on the road, it's only happened one time ever. Getting upgraded.
I've been woken up in the middle of the night by my wife screaming, going, Jesus! And I'll wake up all pissed off, like, what the fuck? Is there a fire or something? And then she'll tell me the gases are really bad. Just farting in the middle of my sleep.
Nice Dutch oven.
Woo!
Those are the best.
But I didn't know what to do at McDonald's yesterday. I was embarrassed. But that's more because I try to eat healthy. And like Jimmy, it became my thing where, driving back to Western New York, that was the only time I would stop at these fast food joints on the road. Like, all right, I'll treat myself.
It's your only choice sometimes.
But when I was settled in my apartments over the years and all that, I just avoided the fast food pretty much my entire life.
What I'm gonna treat myself to after, because I'm afraid of going on a binge. I ate like a little piggy boy in Australia, lots of bacon for sweetie. So I can't afford to do that now. But what I want to treat myself to is a couple of cheeseburgers and fucking like a little. You dip it in the sauce, in the mustard and the barbecue, and you get a nice large fry.
Wait, cheeseburgers with mustard?
I eat mustard. Thank you. I eat mustard and everything. So you dip them in the barbecue sauce and the mustard sauce. Then you dip your fries.
In Western New York, they put mustard and ketchup on their hamburgers.
Yeah, they probably do it here,
Down
too.
here, it's only ketchup.
Oh, it's only ketchup? I thought it was both.
Not down here.
It's both in Jersey.
Ooh.
Oh, the Jersey is moved to both.
I remember growing up thinking that was normal. And then
Whataburger down in Texas always had
It's good that you know that. You'll be working there soon.
But I already did.
You're going back. You didn't know you were going back.
Man.
I could talk for Long Island. Long Island was ketchup only.
Ketchup
They
only?
didn't fuck with the mustard. Maybe that has changed. I don't know.
My buddy Norton used to always order his McDonald's ketchup only because that way he knew they were making it right then. It hadn't been sitting on the shelf. He knew he was getting a fresh one
because he had
to do a special order.
Oh.
Yeah. That was his little trick for always.
You know what
one
though?
Right hot off the grill.
I was against it at first, but ketchup and mustard on a hamburger.
I love both.
Pretty damn good.
Yeah. I like loaded. I like ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, pickles. I like everything.
That's what I'll say. I'll say, give me a bisexual.
I guess Chuck's on the line. Do we have time for Chuck before you got your food? We
Crazy
got
ass
Lange coming in. He was at a Trump rally where that guy got punched. You want to give him a minute or two?
Which one? Which guy got punched?
I think it's the recent one, right? Let's find out from Chuck. Hey, Chuck.
Yeah, I tried to call y'all Monday about it, or Tuesday morning, and y'all changed subjects. But I think it's Jimmy. Doesn't Jimmy say sometimes somebody sucks a bucket of dicks?
Louis C.K.'s a bag of dicks.
Yeah, no, I've never said that. And that's an old one. You know, suck a bag of dicks is an old.
Yeah, but Louis had a bit about right.
Well, they had the rally in Asheville, and I went. He came outside and had all them fucking freaks protesting and all that shit, and they was fussing and shit out there. Somebody hollered, Trump sucks a bucket of dicks. And this guy hit this guy in the fucking face and knocked him down. Here come the police. They arrested about 10 or 15. It was funny as hell. But that's what he said. Said Trump sucked a bucket of dicks, and that redneck punched him in the fucking face.
Okay, so that's what prompted the punch.
Yeah, you enjoyed the hell out of that one, huh, Chuck?
Oh, yeah, it was better than wrestling. I stood up on the little wall there outside the Civic Center and watched it all. It was pretty funny.
Better than wrestling. Wrestling.
Why would anyone punch someone for yelling Trump sucks at a political rally? That's what they are. You protest the other guy.
They're passionate at these rallies.
This was outside. Inside, they had a couple of shoving incidents, but nothing major. Our Civic Center only holds about, I think, 7,000 people. It's not big, but it was packed.
I want to talk to you.
It was packed.
I want to talk to you about something else that's really bothering me about North Carolina. You know, because of that bathroom issue, they're taking so much away from North Carolina, and I don't think that's fair because a lot of the people, you know, are for changing that policy. So you're hurting the people in North Carolina.
Well, that governor is a lot of the.
You think that's the way to do things, Jimmy? I'm sorry.
What do you mean?
Like with the bathroom issue down in North Carolina, you know, they're refusing to do anything about it. So they're just taking things away, and then you got performers refusing to go to North Carolina. I think it's hurting a lot of the people that are in agreement with like the performers and everything.
It does, but it puts pressure on the governor. Like it puts pressure on them because then the people get the only way to annoy the people,
right,
or just for the people to do something is to, I guess, to not go there. I mean, it's a fair form of protest if you think that they're being discriminatory and shitty, and you're like, I just don't want to perform there.
But now that yeah, go ahead, Chuck. Sorry.
When you start fucking with the ACC basketball tournament, that's going to twist some damn arms because that is big fucking money. The only place, you know, since they expanded the ACC, they have it like used to have it in Maryland before Maryland moved out.
Yeah.
And places, it don't sell out and pack the people like it does in North Carolina or Atlanta. That's going to really do something because he keeps losing those big bucks. The NBA All-Star game, NFL's going to fuck with him for long. The ACC turned back to football, basketball, any major championships. He's going to have to. I'm not for the bathroom deal, but the people they show on TV and the news, they're for the change. They never show the people that's against it, and there's a lot of people against it. But when you talk about major fucking bucks, and I ain't just talking ticket sales, I'm talking the areas that helps, hotels, food, all that shit. It's going to have to be. And I mean, once the toothpaste out of the tube, you're fucked anyway.
Yeah, the ACC yanked the champ.
Any neutral site games? I think.
Yeah.
The football championship game was in Charlotte for 6 years, and they pulled it.
Unbelievable.
Yesterday, but he's right. A lot of people have said the minute you start fucking with Carolina and Duke basketball, this shit will get serious. And that was
exactly right.
And that was yesterday, a couple of days ago.
Very interesting.
Hey, you were talking about birthdays with Dr. Steve. Mine is Saturday, and we're going to have a major fucking blowout.
You're rubbing it in.
Major fucking blowout. Big time.
Somewhere right now, Dr. Steve dropped his kids off at school, and he's just crying by himself in a car.
I've always thought birthdays, man. Birthdays, Christmas, and Thanksgiving. If you're going to tear it up or do what you want to do, lay out at work, whatever, those are the 3 days. Everything else is fucking bullshit.
Happy birthday, Chuck.
Christmas, and Thanksgiving.
All right there, Chuck. Thank you so much.
I had to come to work today when my fucking driver's laid out. I'm going to fire it, sorry motherfucker.
You're mad that you had to go to work today?
Well, I had to leave at 9:30 last night and drive his fucking truck to Memphis because it was a damn FedEx load, and that shit has to be there. You lose your fucking contract, so I'm in this fucking truck.
All right, hang in there.
All right, man, y'all take care. Hey, Jimmy, did you have a good time in Australia?
You know, I did, man. It was the people were so great. So I would love to go back. I want to go back once a year if I can.
Ooh.
My wife wants to go down there, but damn, that's a long way to fly on a fucking airplane.
Yeah, the flight. You know, it's funny. I'm such a shit sleeper, but I actually slept really well both ways. I don't know why. I woke up at one point. I ate a meal and I dozed off, and I woke up and there was 3 hours left in the flight going there. So I had slept for like fucking 9 hours.
That's amazing. Good for you.
Terrible sleeper.
That'd be something. I need one of those old time Quaaludes and a couple shots.
It's not. Do you smoke?
No, I ain't never smoked or nothing, man.
Okay, then you'd probably be a little bit better, because smokers I feel bad for, because that's a long time to go without a cigarette. But if you're not a smoker, you can do it.
Okay, man. Y'all go piss and take a break. I'll talk to you.
All right. Happy birthday.
Chuck's giving us to break.
About that time. Jimmy's leaving in a couple hours.
9:30, yeah.
To go where there?
No, I got Minnesota tonight, Minneapolis, the Varsity Theater. And then tomorrow night, I have Pittsburgh, the Rex Theater. And then next week, I go to 2 shows in Toronto at the Queen's, whatever it's called.
Queen Elizabeth Theater.
Queen Elizabeth Theater, yes. On the 24th, then West Nyack, and then I go to shoot in Washington, D.C. And I'm doing Reno the week after my shoot, which I've never been to.
That's right around the corner. JimNorton.com for all his dates. Vic Henley, what do you got?
I'm in Pittsburgh tomorrow night with Kathleen Madigan. We have dueling comedy for the Pittsburgh people. It's too much comedy for Pittsburgh. Yeah, we're there. I'm there tomorrow with Kathleen.
You guys got to spread that shit out.
And Saturday we're in Baltimore and Omaha Funny Bone coming up.
Okay, and we got Artie Lange. He should be here. He's scheduled. Oh, he'll be here in 30 minutes?
Paul's looking confused.
Okay. We're gonna go eat. We'll be back. Artie Lange will be here soon, and I think that's pretty much it for guests today, right? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think Craig Gass is gonna come back a little later. And so we'll continue. Stay there. Looking at Fox News, and they're playing that clip where Trump was interrupted in Flint, Michigan by that lady because she's like, hey, man, we invited you here to thank you for what we've done in Flint, not give a political speech. And the little headline as they play the clip is, Trump is in hot water.
Yeah.
Bad.
It was just a quick thing.
Right. We do bad jokes here. That's really bad joke.
Trump's in hot water.
Hot water in Flint.
All right. Vic Henley, Jim Norton, Artie Lange on the way. Inside Edition. I was reading about this. I didn't realize that there's a video of this. It's coming out that hotels don't change the sheets all the time.
Oh, boy.
And we're not talking about shitty hotels. We're talking about pretty good hotels.
I feel bad for anyone who stays in my room.
Yep.
If you wonder why you had a cornflake over you, my humble apologies.
Oh, my God.
Just one cornflake.
So we got a little video of this. We're going to go through a bit. Yeah, why don't we get right into this?
What a good fucking, by the way, what a good... whenever they come up with stuff like this, I'm like, what a cool thing to do. Like, to get, like, I wouldn't have thought to do this. They've done it with them cleaning before, but the sheets, that's a big one.
I'm surprised this hasn't come out sooner, because you know there's some disgruntled maid out there going, right. Let me tell you what the fuck we do here. Let's play this. Inside Edition.
When you stay at a hotel, you expect fresh, clean sheets. Yes, but how would you know for sure? Well, our investigative team came up with a simple, kind of ingenious test.
Norville.
Yes. Is that who that is?
It's Deborah Norville, yeah.
I used to... Oh, wow.
Why?
A long time ago.
There's nothing wrong with her.
Remember how hot she used to be? She's still all right.
Yeah, she's still cute.
She has hair like Tommy Shaw in the Pieces of 8 video.
Pieces of 8.
Oh, you went with Pieces of 8.
The search for the money tree. Pieces of 8. I like it.
That's a good pull.
That's an excellent pull.
I would have just went Renegade. I would have made it nice and easy for everybody. She's all right for an older lady. I haven't seen her in years. That's why I'd
worship her feet.
I remember exactly where I was when I was,
Yeah. I did a couple of panel shows. I was on Joy Behar's show with her a couple of times on panel. She's a lot of fun.
She was supposed to be the big star, remember? They were grooming her.
Yeah, they were fast-tracking her for a lot of stuff.
And then it sort of never really... it worked out for a little bit, and then now she's on Inside Edition. I think she's been there for years. Anyway, let's get back to the tape.
They rented a hotel room, checked out, and then the next day checked into the exact same room under a different name. Did house cleaning change the sheets? Here's Ann Mercogliano with the great sheets. Inside Edition hotel sheet test.
We got to wondering, Do hotels always change sheets when new guests check in? We booked ourselves into 9 hotel rooms, and each time we sprayed this harmless, washable fluorescent paint onto the bedsheet using this stencil.
Oh no!
What fucking assholes!
I like it. Oh,
it's a huge stencil that says "I slept here." Oh my God!
Wow!
They're going to put the black light on it, and you'll be able to read it.
How do you think this is going to work out?
Yeah, it's not good.
Oh boy!
I should get one like that, but just change slept.
Can't tell anything is written there, but turn on our UV lights. And presto, there it is. I slept here, glowing, bold and bright.
And that washes off, I guess?
Yeah, it says harmless.
Yes.
The Candlewood Suites. That doesn't look like a great place.
No.
Candlewood Inn and Suites in Manhattan, we sure left our mark.
Oh, wow, there it is.
Okay.
I slept here, nice and big.
Then we checked out. It should have been clear to any maid that the bed had been slept in. The next day, we booked the exact same room, but under a different name.
They made it brand new for you, so great.
Okay, here we are back at the Candlewood Inn and Suites.
Hi.
We stayed in this room last night. We rechecked in. Let's take a look. These should be clean sheets. Let's see. Disgusting. These sheets are dirty. Look at this. I need a manager up here. Anne Mercogliano.
Can you pause this for a second? I don't. They didn't sleep in the bed. So wouldn't someone go? It's so obvious that no one slept in this bed.
They're thinking just because they pulled
the sheets back.
Yeah, but I think someone could tell and go, all right, no one slept in this bed.
Maybe, but either way, I don't. You still got to change the sheets in between. Cause the guy could have sat there and jerked off.
Yep. I'm just trying to play the other side a little bit here.
By the way,
they showed the bed, and it's very obvious that no one really was in that bed.
When you're a hotel, the last thing you want when you walk up to the room is to see a news camera.
Yeah.
Because it's never like you've won Best Hotel in Town award. That's what for a nanosecond. They're probably like, I hope I won the Best Hotel in Town award. We wanted to commend you on your wonderful hoteling.
Right, it's always Arnold Diaz. Isn't that the guy? That's the guy in New York.
Oh, no, the shame guy.
Yeah. You never want the shame guy. Never. We decided to do a nice story today. Don't you worry. Never. But they also showed the pillows before this.
Yeah.
And it was obvious no one even put their head on the pillows.
You're right. They didn't look bad.
All right. Let's see how this plays out.
Disgusting. These sheets are dirty. Look at this. I need a manager up here. I'm Anne Mercogliano with Inside Edition. We want to just show you something on the bed.
Okay. Oh, no.
This sheet hasn't been changed. Why weren't the sheets changed?
Okay, I expect them to be changed every day, and that is a policy of our property.
Was it just a simple mistake, or is this a common occurrence? A dirty little secret in the hotel industry?
I slept here.
At this La Quinta Inn and Suites, not far from Central Park, we did it again. Spraying, I slept here on the bed sheets.
They pick all the
and
hot
when
properties.
we returned under a new reservation, then...
I got to stop. This is the hotel on the street I used to live on.
Ah.
That's on 71st Street.
Oh.
Between Columbus and Central Park
That's
West.
a nice hood there, my friend.
They've had some shit go down in this hotel. That's why I'm bringing it up.
By the way, one of the reasons you might be right. One of the reasons they probably leave the pillows like that is they're kind of because they want the story to go this way too.
Yes.
So that they're making it look like they want it to look like where a maid could go. Like they can't leave it in an abomination because then they have to change them.
Yeah.
Just subtle enough. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Because I'm thinking if you're a hotel, you got to change all the beds all the time. If you go in one of these rooms, it's like, oh, this person obviously had some kind of issue and never slept in this bed. They pulled the covers back, but I could tell that they didn't sleep here.
I've done what he said. I've pulled the thing back. I've been in the room and know I'm going to be there for 5 or 6 hours.
Right.
So I've pulled the thing back about that far. But then I also might have sat there and jacked off for 2 hours too. So
okay.
You got to change the goddamn sheets. You can't.
That's the least we can expect as a customer is a clean sheets.
Yeah.
Well, they're going into some lower end hotels.
Yes, they are
too.
By the way, they go into some higher ones too. Those are the ones they want to know.
Let's see.
Next day, here we go. Look at what we found. And the proof is in the paint. Take a look at this. This is disgusting. They didn't change the sheets, and I need a manager right away. How are you? I have to shut the light. When he arrived at our room, he brought a maid with him. She claims she cleaned the sheets.
Do you change the sheets every night for the guests?
Yeah, well, of course.
But when I showed them our sign, they both apologized.
That's gross.
I mean, there's no words for me to say. You know, we expect our housekeepers to change the sheets.
Oh, no. I hope she got fired.
But this guy doesn't know how to spin it. Wouldn't you be yelling, why are you painting my sheets?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, they cut out the explanation they give them. This is totally washable.
Yeah.
It probably is totally harmless. What a genius idea. I slept here. Oh, no. They should have put something better. Change me, cunt.
Vote Trump, something, right?
Right. Just
I'm with her.
Something obnoxious for the Mexican maids. This looks like they're going Times Square now. All
Residence Inn.
All right, let's see.
Residence Inn by Marriott, a hotel rated 1 diamond by the AAA. We sprayed the word yuck on the top sheet.
Oh, now they're going with your plan. They changed it a little
And then
bit.
I slept here on the bottom
How many things are they going to spray?
This one's going right on the pillow.
And for the pillows, how about
they're going
the
all
Inside
in.
Edition logo? The results light up the room.
Sure
Let's
do.
see what happens when we check in the next day under a different name.
Let's check the pillows. All right. Looks like they changed the pillowcases.
That's all I need, to be honest with you.
Let's check the top
I'm
sheet.
good.
Maybe it's clean.
Come on. I'm rooting for them to change it.
Oh.
And yuck. Exactly. This is a dirty sheet. Let's check the bottom sheet.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Another dirty sheet. I slept here. This is absolutely disgusting.
At first, the manager didn't want to talk about it.
Sorry, I'm going to have to ask you to cut the camera, please.
Why weren't the
That never works with the news. That never works with the news, by the way.
They got a full TV shoot in that room.
The manager tried to sound official. Excuse me, I'm going to have to ask you. Like, you're not in charge, stupid.
Like it's just going to all go away. All right.
sheets changed? And we know those sheets weren't changed.
Make it accustomed to change every checkout room
Yeah.
sheet. However, I do not know what happened in this situation. I will have to get you my general manager.
Okay, but we could have slept on dirty sheets tonight. What do you think about that?
Get
in your
over it.
hotel.
Not to make you queasy, but the next time you stay at a hotel, you might want to bring your own sheets.
Just gross.
The Marriott Corporation apologized, and all the hotels told us they take great pride in high standards of cleanliness throughout their hotels and that they take this issue very seriously, saying they have taken immediate action to ensure this doesn't happen again.
Somebody
all told,
was
3.
fired. How many did they go to that didn't have it, though?
I'm sure a whole bunch.
They said 9, but they didn't show us 9.
Yeah,
Right?
they only showed 3 out of the 9. What were the other ones?
Yeah, is it wrong I want to put I slept here on her forehead? Is that wrong?
No.
Okay.
Not at all. Especially since you have a history with her. You said earlier.
I think I'm still attracted to
That's
her.
I
After all
believe
these
it.
years.
It's fine.
You see how she almost rolled her eyes when
Yeah, she was sort of, they promised they won't do it
They're
again.
going to do it again.
Yeah, what are they? The Marriott has said that they're not going to change their policy and get used to it.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
We practice in filth at the Marriott Corporation.
Is that it? Yeah. That's it for that story?
Yeah, but what about the ones
Right.
that it was good at?
Kenny's coming in.
Kenny?
I could add a comment.
Sure.
Here's a little trick some people can play in hotels. Like when you go in the shower and the mirror gets all fogged up, you can write a message on the mirror, and then when the humidity leaves and the mirror dries up, it disappears.
Right.
But then when the next person comes in and takes a shower,
they'll see your message.
Exactly.
Yes. So you can write some fun stuff on that mirror.
Yeah, so that's a little trick.
And
What if the maid washes it?
Well, if they're not changing the sheet,
You don't think they're Windexing the mirrors?
Well, that's another thing. You know, like the glasses.
Artie!
Yeah, the glasses
Artie,
don't
sit
get
here,
washed.
man.
Hey, man. Hey, buddy.
What's up, Bart? Nah, you're good. Sit down, buddy.
I can stay long all night today.
What's going on, buddy?
Not much. We're getting over the stress of New York traffic. I'm like, it's terrible.
Yeah.
There's a parking lot if they ever hit a tunnel, these terrorists, they talk about that, it would be like the biggest disaster.
Do you get nervous when you go in? I get nervous when I'm in a tunnel behind, just turn your headphones over if you can. When I'm behind a truck, you ever been like behind a fucking, like one of a moving truck or something? And you're like, oh, fuck, man.
Especially nowadays, I know you don't know what's going to happen. They could be like a Trojan horse.
I was saying it yesterday. Just one car breaks down and fucks up everyone's commute. Imagine if a tunnel goes down or a bridge.
And there's all they're building new subways in New York. How is that happening?
Yeah.
How do they do that? And then while a city runs, it's all construction now, so it's very stressful.
I want to go in the tunnels.
Yeah.
I want to go in the subway tunnel they're building on the Upper East Side. I want to go in that badly. They're about ready to open that up too.
Who figures that out? How to do that?
I don't know.
Like, did you go to high school with anybody who could have remotely figured that out? Like,
you mean engineering, that kind of stuff?
A smartphone? Who invents that? Nobody in my high school could have remotely,
come up with a smartphone.
Yeah, I mean, who's doing that? Who was making an app that you call, Japan with?
We're just waiting. We're just waiting for a phone call for anyone who went to high school with Steve Jobs.
That's what I mean. How rare is that? And even he wasn't the guy. That Wozniak was the guy. He was just a business guy.
How about finally introducing the Ubers that drive themselves? I saw that story yesterday.
It's in Pittsburgh.
Was it the Pittsburgh story?
There's been driverless cars forever. 80-year-old Asian woman is a driverless car. That's been around forever. To me, that is a driverless car.
Okay, it took you 2 minutes. It took him 2 minutes.
I'm more amazed by these cars that are now driving without a driver than the smartphone. That's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, again,
would you get in one of those?
No. I don't. The driver. Did anybody ever get driven by the driver for Caroline's, Carlos? Do you know what I'm talking about? He's a nice. He doesn't speak a word of English.
Yeah.
I mean, Caroline. I don't know. He must have seen Caroline do something bad or something.
Oh no! Damon Wayne's audition tape.
Right,
having sex with one of the Wayans. He's the nicest guy, but he doesn't. He's been driving for 14 years from Paraguay. Not a word of English. Not a bit. You got to point to stuff.
So he can't even read the signs on the road. That used to be a big thing in this area.
Right, and
People
he doesn't know how to negotiate Midtown Manhattan, the grid part of Manhattan. He doesn't know.
Oh God, that's the easy part.
He can't take you from 30th and 7th to 20th and 6th.
Right, it's the easiest part. You
guys over the years with all the traveling you do, you're always picked up by some. I remember when we used to do gigs in Philly. There was one guy at YSP that would pick us up.
Right.
This fucking guy would drive at 90 miles an hour, and you're just sitting there like, holy fuck.
Oh, there's great stories on the road from, I don't know if I should mention the club, but you guys.
What happened to the Paraguay guy?
He's downstairs. He's waiting
for you.
I was with him yesterday, too. He's,
what is his problem? He's an okay driver. He just.
I mean, in the old days, you could probably get blow, but that's over. I can't mention the club with it. I guarantee you guys have played this club. It's in the Midwest, but the guy several times in a row. It's owned by two brothers, and one of the guys picked me up at the airport once in an '82 Honda, Civic. That was
Pittsburgh Funny Bones, the Panic Brothers.
No, those guys, the Schneiders. No, the guy who does nude drawings. Yeah, asked my girlfriend to do a nude drawing.
I know.
Really? Yeah.
Wait, this is a real thing?
Yeah. That's what he said. My girlfriend Dana.
Wait, from Pittsburgh?
From Pittsburgh,
yeah.
Funny Bone guys.
Yeah, the Schneiders.
He does nude drawings.
Wow.
And, you
what
want me
a
to do
racket he's got going.
She said, that guy asked me to do a nude drawing. And he said he's got a talent for drawing. I said, tell him I have a talent for hitting guys with fungo bats. Do nude drawings. But no, this is a different guy.
Okay, sorry.
He picks me up, and he's got a bracelet, one of the bracelets from the court.
Yeah.
So he can't leave the county. And they rezoned the area by the hotel I had to go to, and I was late. And I could see the fucking Marriott. I could see it. And he makes a left. And I go, where are you going? He goes, I can't leave the county. Because if I leave the county, the bracelet goes off, like a SWAT team will show up. And I go, so how you leave the county if we're going to... He goes, they rezoned it for you leave the county for 4 seconds.
Right.
he went a different way to not leave the county. It took like an hour.
Oh, God, he had to go all the way around.
Seriously? Yeah, and very disconcerting. Like the stories he's telling me, and I think he was messed up. And I'm late. So I get to the club, and I have to take a leak before I go on stage. And I'm headlining there, and I go. There's a waitress going to the bathroom in the thing, and my hand to God, this is how she said this sentence. So the cook said, "Don't piss her off, man. She's in a mood." I said, "Well, I got to get on stage." She's locking the door. I said, "Come on, I got to get on stage." And after I knocked 3 times, she said it like this in this cadence. She goes, "I'm taking a dump." She went up on dump like Matthew Perry, like that. I care about that. Why? I'm taking a dump.
Oh, great. So now you have to pee and jerk off before you go.
Now I gotta slap it. Thanks for getting 30 extra seconds. No, she looked like me in a. She's wearing a beret. No, she got out, and look, I did not hear from flush to door. There was not a lot of water running, and she was handling chicken wings within seconds.
Well, you expect that.
Okay, and the guy had he left the county for a second. I said, I kind of want to see the SWAT team.
Sure.
The hint that the club's name is a pun of a TV show.
Oh, I know.
I'm talking about.
Yeah, I've never been there. I've never done that gig. Yeah,
Vic has to have done it.
I'm spacing out. I feel like I'm losing the game here.
I've never done the.
Let me write it down.
The actual gig.
You know.
I know it's the club. Somebody got shot. I believe it was Lewis Black was on stage, and a drive-by shooting happened. They sprayed the club.
Wow. Ooh, I don't know that one.
The only other time I got.
Oh, yes. Okay.
I got offered.
I know. Okay. Right.
I got offered to get paid in blow. That's the only time it ever happened.
That used to happen all the time back in the 80s. Yeah.
Where would that happen? Like in
Florida, all over
right.
Florida. Yeah, all over.
Tampa guy.
Yep. It was always everybody goes when you go to Tampa. That's the first time you're going to get offered the blow instead of cash thing. Yeah. I'm close.
Did you go for the deal?
No, I never know.
The problem is, how do I pay my agent? What, I send him half a line?
Just send the talcum powder part.
The baby laxative.
The baggie. Yeah, I'm sending you what they cut it with. Assholes.
That was pretty normal, though. Back in the day, I was just bartender / DJ in Geneseo, and you could either get paid regular or with blow, and if it was blow, the line formed out back to go upstairs.
When you were bartending,
but I needed the money.
So I was too young and broke.
I just needed the money.
Well, I don't know. You just give me cash. I'll do what I want with it.
Right.
It's like giving you a gift certificate.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's how they worked it back then.
Right.
And no one even thought twice about it.
But I obsess about who's inventing this stuff. Like, how big is Asia? How many kids are? The smartest kid I went to high school with could fart "Whole Lot of Love" by Led Zeppelin.
That's a gift.
It certainly is.
The guitar soloing up.
Most of the stuff they've invented, I've been like, whatever. It's the driverless cars that have finally got me. Like, what the fuck? The future's going to be pretty amazing.
The drones delivering you a burrito doesn't creep you out?
I was the asshole.
I obsess about drones.
But I was the asshole that said there's no fucking way they're going to use them for delivery. I'm like, that's hilarious.
They were showing a story last night on the news at Virginia Tech University. It was on the news last night. And that's the first thing they did with it was send one across campus to take another kid something from, Chipotle.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. And how do they where does it land in your yard? How does it not decapitate someone? Like,
well, sometimes there's kids flying them outside I live in Hoboken on the river, and there's like a little pier there, and these kids come and they're flying, they're outside my window.
Yeah.
What the hell? I mean,
at the beach this summer, I've seen some drones, and it's amazing how quick they go.
Yeah.
Like, they just make that quick right and they're gone.
Where do you guys stand on that Snowden guy? Do you think he's like a traitor?
I have mixed feelings about him. Like, the only problem I have is that they put people in danger.
That's the only logical thing to think is mixed feelings. I think,
because there's so much bullshit going on. Then you got a guy revealing it.
You do need secrets, but also it shows a lot of the dirt they do too.
Right, some dirty shit.
If
there was
a way wasn't there a way for that guy to do that without like picking and choosing what he sent out? Like the thing that aggravates me is if he identified a spy that
and got anyone killed.
Got someone killed, but I thought maybe there's a way not to pick and choose what you put out.
That's obviously a biggie. The spy thing is a biggie.
I don't know, man. If you don't do anything wrong, you don't care.
Right.
I used to have that argument with Howard all the time on the air. He goes, I don't care if there's a camera on every corner. Well, that's because you don't meet a bookie every fucking week. That's because Denver didn't cover. If you do nothing wrong, your dinner's a boiled water and a pistachio nut.
Are you still gambling there, Artie?
Sometimes.
A little bit?
Sometimes I fool myself into saying the gambling will take away the drug urge.
Yeah.
Does it help or no?
No. It lasts for an hour. It used to help, and I go, when I want drugs, so I can have a bet on the game.
Favorite sport? Football?
To bet on, yeah. Actually, when I was really gambling a lot, I college basketball for some reason. I in the late 80s, got real into that.
Basketball's hard to pick, too, man.
But college hoops, if you looked at like maybe just one conference and concentrated on it, I could almost handicap it.
Oh, nice.
And all these guys had these weird systems, My buddy who was a cop had a system where he said, he goes, I'm telling you, this year there's 3 white point guards in the Big East. Yeah. And a home underdog on a nationally televised game with a white point guard is covering. And I said, well, that doesn't even have anything to do with it. That's like a mystic thing. That's not even, so he talked me into
what
it.
What is that based on?
Right. He told well, yeah, this kid is.
Did it work, though?
Well, no. This kid's homeless now.
Yeah.
No, I bet he's a bad cop.
Dwayne, from What's Happening, had a better fucking system of betting.
So his brother and me, and again, I went to high school with about 50 kids way funnier than me. And this kid's brother was one of them. And, but again, just like a ne'er-do-well. We both took the bet on the white point guard of the conference. Me and his brother Alfie, and who's gone, rest in peace. We both lost like $2,500. We got $100 to our name, And he's screaming at his brother about it. What the fuck? The stupid. He goes, the only time a white point guard is a good thing is if your sister tells you she's dating a point guard. That joke is in Beer League.
Oh, is it really?
I put it in a movie. Nice. I said that's one of the funniest
fucking things. That's amazing.
You know what, Jimmy? It was like there was no fat on the joke. It was like
perfect. Yeah, that's amazing.
I couldn't write that in 50 years.
Well, I'm glad some people think racism is funny. I'm not one of those people.
This was an Irish family in the late 80s.
Who were the white point guards back then?
Well,
Bobby Hurley.
Bobby Hurley. There you go. There's one.
That's Bobby Hurley. Yeah.
That's college.
Mike
John
Dennington?
Stockton. And
Mike Dennington?
I remember Stockton went to. He's throwing out there.
I don't know, right?
The late 80s was great for college basketball.
Yeah. I don't even know where Stockton went. There's certain
Gonzaga.
guys. Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did he really?
Pretty sure.
Yeah, that was always a good basketball school. But is that in Indiana? That makes sense, right?
What?
Is that in Indiana?
No, Gonzaga's in Spokane, Washington.
Oh, it is?
I think, yeah.
Well, there's these little schools out in those basketball states that are always good. But Bobby Hurley was one of them. Because there's certain guys who are just good in college, you know?
Yeah. That's very true.
But But
Hurley
when your sister tells you she's dating a boy.
Hurley got all sorts of fucked up, though.
Amazing.
He was in that car accident.
That was horrible.
That fucked up his whole career.
Yeah. He was playing for Sacramento
and then he got in the car accident.
But I don't know if he would have had a great, he was one of those guys.
Done all right, though. He
made money, yeah.
He probably would have been a journeyman. He probably would have been on a bunch of teams, but his whole career was cut short after that.
Yeah, he's coaching and stuff, but he's not right. He's he was messed up from it. Yeah.
What's of all the gambling you've done? What's the most last minute loss you've ever taken?
Oh, God.
Where you're already counting the money, it was in the bag, it's over, and then all of a sudden, extra point missed or something crazy.
There's another bit I used to do in stand-up because the Giants used to have a guy talking about anxiety who announced the games on the radio, Jim Gordon. And he was like, I think he engaged in a few pops every once in a while. And he's dead now, but he was in the late 80s, and he always made mistakes on the radio.
Oh, no.
So if you had a bet on the game, if you had a bet on the game, you know what's going on sometimes. Yeah. Like, he'd throw it to commercials sometimes. And you'd have, back then, I was a bad gambler when I had $500 to my name. I'd put $1,000 on a game. That's what I wasn't willing to go to the level when I was on a sitcom putting, that money on it.
Yeah.
But Norm Macdonald was. That's why he had an issue. He went to the next level of six figures.
Wow.
I never did that. But, so I'd have double my net worth on a football game. And this guy would say stuff like this on the radio. He'd go Sims drops back looking for a receiver. He's going way deep, long way down for Baker, baby. Touchdown Giants. No, he dropped it. Mega takes the ball to his own 32. He breaks a tackle. He's across midfield, 45-40, 35-30. He's got 1 minute to beat the kicker. He's by the kicker. He'll score. No, he stepped out at the 5. Oh my God! This actually, he actually said this.
Yeah.
I had like my mortgage on the game. Giants have the ball, 4th and goal from the 1. Tillman, the lone setback, handoff. Tillman, maybe. He did. Wait, no, I can't see it. Now word from Toyota. That's exactly what he said.
Oh my
like
God!
8-minute commercial. We're back, and we're in Candlestick, and it's horrible here. We got to rely on our spotters. We had 8 minutes. They didn't know if the guy scored yet.
Still,
can someone run it up to him?
Oh, the anxiety you would feel.
That is
shit.
to that. I'm like, but
maybe.
But no. You know what, Jim? The answer to your question is the Giants Super Bowl against the Bills. They were given 8.5. They were getting 8.5 because everybody thought they were big underdogs. And I should have just, bet the Giants. I had a parlay. I had to connect bets, which I hate doing. So I parlayed that with the over, and I had a lot of money on the game. I'm a huge Giant fan.
And what's a lot of money on the game? More than $5,000?
At this point, 1990, I was longshoreman, and I was making about $1,000 a week, and I had like $10,000 on the game.
Wow.
I got to the point where I was borrowing from a Shylock to pay a bookie.
Wow.
And I said, I'm going to try comedy.
It's a natural segue.
Okay, so this was, if Norwood made that field goal, I win my bet. But obviously if he misses it, the Giants win this. Here, wow, you guys are good. There you go. You're right.
Doink.
So but 10,000 was all the money in the world to me. Of course, dude. I mean, that would have changed my life. So, if he missed it and I lost the bet. But the Giants won. So I was happy about that.
Wow.
Because the over would have come in.
Oh, that's what it was.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
So I won the bet. The Giants easily covered, no matter what, if they won or lost.
Yep.
Because they were getting 8.5. But if he hits that, the over comes in.
Oh,
the
wow.
over was like 39.5.
So did you lose the money or just not win?
I lost the money.
So you were counting your money like, I got this.
It was 47-yarder, well within his range. He had made it before. It was a real choke.
Best of both worlds, though. He's looking at his team's going to win, and he's going to win the bet.
Especially like that.
Yeah, he's covered the over.
Well,
he's covered the line.
The team would have lost.
Oh, sorry, right.
Well, this is I would have. I mean, the again, and of course,
I'm stupid.
Asshole Bill fans coming out of you're a Bills fan. You never told me that in 1982.
Yeah.
You want to strangle him. Well, how are you a Bills fan? Giant haters came out, and I wanted Lawrence Taylor to get a.
So you were excited the Giants won, and then quickly we were like, holy fuck, I just lost 10 G's.
Yeah, that's what happened. But then, of course,
that's a strange one.
I made it up on the Knicks.
Did you?
No. I was down 20 G's.
It was going to be a good story. There was a happy ending.
That's exactly.
Maybe I did.
Yeah,
that's a good question.
Yeah,
the maybe thing was
maybe.
He went. He's in. Wait. No, I can't see it.
You never want your sports announcer to say, I can't see it.
I said, aren't you at the game?
Yeah. Do you know anyone who can see it?
You got 3 monitors in front of you.
Can Carlos run up a note?
You got more angles than anyone else there.
You're at the football game.
Are you near Lenny Marcus?
Exactly. Lenny, turn to your left. Lenny is standing right there.
I'm on the phone with Lenny Marcus, who will be at the Funny Bone in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Lenny would tell you.
Yeah.
I miss those guys. Announcers are too polished now. I miss those guys like those older guys.
Those gruff guys.
Yeah, well, Joe Buck's father, Jack Buck, was a direct opposite of him. He really got tongue out.
Yeah.
And when he was forced to read, CBS's Sunday night lineup, he just didn't care about the show. Tonight on CBS, 60 Minutes, followed by Alice, CBS Sunday night movie, Child's Rage, the Jessica Connor story, Meredith Baxter and Bernie. And then one time I heard him try to describe Jake and the Fat Man, the premise. Jake and the Fat Man, I'm reading that right. Jake and the Fat Man. The show apparently a heavyset guy and a guy named Jake. He was so politely. He said heavyset.
A guy named Jake.
A guy named Jake.
We got a Jack.
Jake and the Fat Man. Wait a minute. Joe Penny is Jake, and the Fat Man is Cannon. Who played Cannon?
William Conrad.
William Conrad. So
Conrad,
I'm
right.
going Joe Penny and William Conrad.
Right. Well, that was some comic had a joke. Well, I forget who it was. I don't even props it was. But he said something like, you might have some weight issues when you get an audition for Jake and the Fat Man, and you're not Jake. Something like that. But yeah, he's like an 80-year-old guy. I don't know, a heavy-set guy and a guy named Jack.
Can I hear Jack Buck for 1 second?
Apparently they solve crime.
Great voice.
Between this story and the other story, the real one about Cinderella,
They're gonna go
in
to
that
the second
story,
here.
there's only one prince. I think in this series, there were a bunch of princes, weren't there? Yeah, they were terrific. The Braves were great all year, and well, you've heard it all. That it's a shame that anybody had to lose. The thought that I have in my mind, Tim, after watching all of this action, is that the season is over. And everybody in the game, a fan, a coach, a player, a manager, front office, scout, surrender. They say, that's enough, especially after a game like this. But then...
Tim McCarver, sorry.
Yeah, Tim McCarver.
What did I say?
He just sounds like
He's an older gruffy, there's a great story about him where he was a local St. Louis Cardinal guy, and they had a promo every week where a cheesecake company had like a beauty pageant winner would bring in a piece of cheesecake in a bathing suit and bring in and she was a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
And the other guy, the play-by-play guy, said to Jack Buck, who wasn't paying attention, how about that, that woman? She was beautiful. Yeah. And Jack Buck thought he was talking about the cake. So he said, how about that woman? And Jack Buck said, I'd like a piece of that right now.
Did he get in trouble?
I mean,
he's Jack Buck. He can't get in trouble for anything in St. Louis.
You didn't get in trouble back then.
Yeah. Well, he's a legend in St. Louis, too.
He was.
Jack Buck could have said about anything.
Trouble for anything.
Yeah,
Those local guys.
What is it with St. Louis, though? Isn't that where Costas is from, too? What is it with these announcers coming out of that
I know, that's
city?
right. They go to Syracuse and they're from St. Louis. That's true. I never made that St. Louis connection. I mean, the guy Johnny Most in Boston.
Harry Carey was at the Cardinals, I think, for a second.
He was
before he went to the Cubs.
St. Louis guy.
I don't know Johnny Most. I'm a big Donnie Most guy, though.
Johnny Most was the most blatant. He hated the other team in the most blatant ways. And those Boston guys, a guy, Don Gavin, played me a tape of the guy once.
I love Gavin.
This is what the guy say like that. Moses Malone just took out a knife and stabbed Larry Bird in the neck. He got away with it. Why? Because we're in Philadelphia. I hate Philadelphia. Dominique Wilkins just took out a bat and hit Kevin McHale in the head. He got away with it. Why? Because we're in Atlanta. I hate Atlanta.
Don't you miss that, though?
Yeah.
They played two down the middle.
Fan.
The ultimate homer.
When you would listen to your hometown guy.
And the racism, the subtle racism, like Moses Malone took out a knife and stabbed the white guy in the neck. In the neck. Moses Malone just sang a hip-hop song. He put down a piece of cardboard and broke dance.
Why? Because we're in Philadelphia. I hate fucking breakdancing in Philadelphia.
Why is he breakdancing? Clearly.
Kareem just rolled a watermelon and had sex with a fat white girl.
They just had a Black Lives Matter rally in the 3-second zone. They got away with it.
The 76ers are late again.
Why? Because we're in Philadelphia.
Rory Sparrow just sold crack to James Worthy. He got away with it. He got away with it.
Rory Sparrow.
There's a reference.
That's a good one, Artie.
Yeah, that guy was on a white point guard.
Yeah, that was a very good pull.
Rory Sparrow.
Good pull on that one.
Jesus.
Rory Sparrow just gave Sickles hell and even. He got away with it. Why? Because we're in Chicago. I hate Chicago.
What did you find there, Paul? Anything good?
This is from this weekend's games. Announcer announces somebody running on the field.
Oh, I heard this. Yeah.
Oh, this is
from this week.
Yeah, Kevin Harlan. It's from the game. It's from the Monday night game the other night.
This is really good.
And he goes into play-by-play mode on the guy.
Give me a taste of this.
4 looks into the nickel of San Francisco in the secondary. Hey, somebody has run out on the field. Some goofball in a hat and a red shirt. Now he takes off the shirt. He's running down the middle by the 50. He's at the 30. He's bare-chested and banging his chest. Now he runs the opposite way. He runs at the 50. He runs at the 40. The guy is drunk, but there he goes. The 20. They're chasing him. They're not going to get him. Waving his arms, bare-chested. Somebody stop that man.
Here comes the blue coat,
Oh, they got him.
Here comes
They're coming
the blue
from the
coats.
left. Oh, and they tackle him at the 40-yard line.
That's funny.
I can't say it. That was the most exciting thing to happen tonight.
I tell you what, that was a great call on your part. That was a great call.
Military guys.
All right.
Goes to our point, but
That's
they don't,
hilarious.
They don't show the guy running on the field. They don't want other people to run on the
He
field.
ran by real quick. That's the most you ever saw.
That was a radio broadcast.
I understand, but on TV they didn't show it.
They stopped. That's the policy.
I know, but that this is our argument. But they'll show the latest, school shooter or something.
Oh no, I know the video they're showing on the news now. They've crossed the line. That's hilarious.
Where's that music coming from?
Yeah, really.
Is that you on
my phone?
That's your
my
ring?
smartphone. It is.
What the hell is it playing?
That's the song I was listening to with Carlos in the evening by Led Zeppelin.
Nice. Oh, it didn't sound like in the evening, did it?
I'm sorry.
I'm like, okay, my tumor's back.
No, I'm sorry, that was me.
That's a good song to pick in the evening by Zeppelin.
But this is the first generation who's not as smart as their phones. I don't know how to work this thing. I'm become like my Uncle Perry. My Uncle Perry is 84-year-old Italian guy. He's got that voice thing where you call somebody, you yell at them. He walks around his house all day in underwear going, "And Del Vecchio." And Del Vecchio. I don't know.
You don't got one of those exploding phones, do you? What do you got, an iPhone over there?
That would be a good feature.
Well, the Samsung Note 7 is blowing up.
Galaxy 7, right?
How does
Don't say Galaxy. I got the Galaxy 7.
Isn't it a Galaxy 7 Note or something?
Yeah, that's
I hear
a
it's the
major
Note.
fuck up there.
Yeah, I was just saying yes.
Yeah, that's going to fuck up their business plan a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
The phones blow up.
I think
the battery is igniting.
When I was on the flight, they said you can't plug those in, no charging them. They have to stay off because they've caught fire.
I heard they were just completely banning them, but they're just making sure you turn them off, I guess.
Wow. That's like, it's who knows what's going to happen if one little thing is off.
Yeah, you don't need that. Oh my God, you'd lose all your calls.
I think that's a conspiracy. I think that's the iPhone people setting this shit up.
Yeah.
It's Putin.
All we have to do is get one of these phones exploding somewhere.
Tim Cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard in the gay community, Tim Cook's cum is known as applesauce. It's a true thing.
It's a true thing.
I made that up.
I hope so.
Because I'm in Philadelphia.
I started a rumor. Why Cook's cum is known as applesauce? Why can we're in Seattle?
I can say that.
I can say that. You see, there's too much shit that you look at. Like millennials claim they don't read the paper anymore, and they say I get it off the phone, but it's too quick. They don't read a whole story. They read about a paragraph, and then something happens.
It goes very quickly.
I still read newspapers out of just
Me
habit.
too.
Out of habit though, because most of the stuff you're like, oh, I read this shit yesterday.
I like reading on a paper though. Like when I'm on a plane, I take a good New York Post
me too,
on a plane.
I'm with you.
I
distraction.
I love boarding the plane and looking down and someone's left like 2 papers there.
Right,
I'm like, oh fuck, a Post and a USA Today. It's going to be great. I'm going to see pie charts
today.
I like any paper.
I hate it. No weekend copy.
If you go
fuck you on Mothers.
Yeah, nothing's going on the weekend. Nothing's going on. Everyone knows.
Life stops on the weekend.
On Friday at 5 o'clock.
Something's going on. We're going to be whatever club we're flying to. Going to announce that thing.
Oh, good. The Friday through Sunday edition. Lazy cocksuckers.
Right.
Way to keep up with the smartphones.
Yeah, I know. Who's the kids don't want that?
Which newspaper you reading? January. Oh, good.
Do you remember the film critic Joel Siegel?
I do.
Yes.
Okay, I sat next to him on a plane once going to L.A., and he did the grossest thing. I was reading the Daily... I didn't read my Daily News yet. I had it all set. A flight to L.A., I'm going to read the Daily News. I got it all set up. And it was like pristine. I hadn't touched it. And he says to me, can I borrow your Daily News? And I go, yeah, we just take it off. I was going to read it, but I'll do the other thing I was going to do. I'll eat first, And he takes the Daily News and he's on the window thing and he folds it and he gets up and he goes, I'll just take this into my office. And he went into the bathroom.
With your paper.
With my paper.
Your brand new paper.
He was in there for like a half an hour taking his shit. And he had an enormous ass. He's one of those guys on TV where you don't realize he's like, what an ass he has on him. It's like this fucking big. And I'm shitting shit remnants all over my Daily News. He comes out, it looks like fucking the Dead Sea Scrolls when he comes out. It's wrinkled, it's missing a section. And
he had to wipe.
Yeah, well, no, I know.
It's all sorts of folded.
I said, Joe, keep it.
Yeah.
I'll take it into my office.
That's funny. He's got a big ass. That's all I heard there. He's
enormous
got a big ass.
Mike Francesa has the biggest ass I've ever. Like, it's almost like, remember the Dan Aykroyd family on the. That's how big his ass is.
Oh, what was the name of those characters again? On SNL with the big asses? What was it?
Coneheads.
No, they had a big ass.
All excited to say Coneheads.
The Blues Brothers.
What is wrong with him?
Dr. Detroit?
Yeah. Sprockets.
You just brought up a great memory, but what was the name of the family?
Ghostbusters.
They all had huge butts on SNL. It wasn't
Belushi was their kid, and he's like the bench warmer on the basketball thing.
Oh, Paul.
Oh, that was a terrible guess. The Coneheads.
God. What was the name of the family?
That was a very bad guess.
The Widettes?
You couldn't
the
do
Widettes?
The Widettes, yeah, the Widettes.
Okay, the Widettes.
Milton Berle did it.
Wow, that's something I haven't thought of in a long time.
Milton Berle looked natural bending over.
Look at Belushi's checking out Milton Berle's asshole in this picture we got.
Could you do that now? Is it body judging?
I'm sure.
Shaming. So that's terrible stuff.
Fat shaming there.
Fat shaming. I don't want to live in a world without fat shaming.
Of course. Got to make fun of people, right?
What are the odds Hillary Clinton's going to drop dead on television? Well, or just at least faint. I want a nice faint on.
Who's not watching the debates? Because we're all just waiting to see if she's going to have a coughing fit or something on that stage.
Trump is like a pit bull now, man. He's attacking.
They'll have her on a B12 drip and an IV. And
anything. Yeah. Right. Not to faint on TV.
Hit the crack pipe once before she walks out there
she
just to get her extra jacked up.
She has to stand there in front of all those people. She can't lean.
You're right.
She can't be seen as sitting or
pressure.
Well, no, she gave up on the sitting because everyone pointed out that she sits at all her appearances. So now she's being forced to stand. What the fuck's wrong with her, you think, Artie?
She's 70 years old. And first of all, this 7-year-old woman...
68.
Yeah, push her with pneumonia. And you get over pneumonia, any good doctor will tell you, okay, as soon as you get over pneumonia, run for the presidency of the United States. That's a good, you have plenty of liquids, and run for president against the most batshit crazy guy in the history of the Republican Party.
Well, she's cured from her pneumonia 3 days later. Yeah. She's good to go. She's back out there.
Bill Clinton, he looks like a paper towel was filled with cum and someone wrung it out. He looks terrible,
but he's dehydrated from all the loads.
She said he's
getting a lot of loads in, man.
She said something on TV that, if you're not a comedian, I guess you don't pick up on this. She said, she would leave for a weekend. She'd come back and Bill was dehydrated. He seemed drained of fluids when you came back.
Well, you heard what Colin Powell said, right?
Yeah.
That
Bill clearly hates them.
Dicking bimbos, though. Is that the greatest phrase ever?
Is it dicking or doing?
Dicking.
Oh, it's dicking.
Oh, they would have put doing. Yeah, dicking.
Because it just...
they would have spelled out. Yeah, you would think he would have spelled it out if it was doing.
What was the exact line? He's around the house dicking bimbos. That is amazing.
There's an endorsement.
That's amazing.
That's unbelievable.
The lady's there so much that the Secret Service gave her one of those names. She was the Energizer, right? That's part of the story.
Her Secret Service name. And it's to blind ambition, to put her daughter through this again, like all this shit's going to come up again with the monocle. She wants to go to an office every day where her husband got blown by a fat chick. Oh, wow. Who wants to do that?
That's going to be, she'll be pissed off.
I bet Chelsea's happy, though. I mean, imagine both your parents were almost president.
I guess. Well, yeah. But that's hard with that. Your father put a cigar in a chick's pussy.
Well, some say Bill Clinton is not her biological father.
Yeah. But who is?
I think there's pictures out there of a guy that looks a little like her.
She's cute there, man. Chelsea's a pretty...
That's conspiracy shit, though. I don't know how accurate it is. But then they said that there's no pictures of Hillary Clinton ever being pregnant. So that part of it's a little strange, too.
Maybe she's not the mother.
There you go. That's the guy. Some say might be Chelsea's biological father.
That dude. Oh, my God.
Who's that guy?
This is Kent Dorfman. He's a legacy from Harrisburg.
There it is.
Clayton, Muhammad, Signy, and Jugdish.
Trump they should redo Animals, and Trump should be the guy who gives everybody the Delta Tau guy nickname.
Yes.
Your nickname is Liar.
I like how to make the case. They show photos of the guy and Chelsea both looking to the right. That's the case. They both glance right when hearing a noise.
Yeah, I know. They find those two pictures with the same expressions.
Like him,
she looks a little like him. His name's what? Larry Nichols?
This guy is never. His mouth is always Nichols. It always looks like a turtle.
Yeah, or a bass.
He looks like a bass.
Yeah.
He never.
I don't know.
Wow.
We're dipping into the old the conspiracy pool, but some have said that.
Yeah. Well, they supposedly killed the guy. The scandals are like insane.
That Vince Foster.
Vince Foster, the lawyer.
No, the guy there. No, he was already.
Webb Hubble.
Oh, Webb Hubble.
No,
that's Lance Bass.
He has no comments. He says.
Yeah, I don't. Is he dead though? That guy from natural causes.
Well, who was the Nichols guy then?
He was the guy that said he knew the story.
Right. Oh, Jesus, I got to get that straight.
Yeah, the Nichols guy was just saying, I can prove that Bill's not her biological father. I believe is what they had.
And then they went with this guy, Webb Hubble, who said no comment.
He's the guy. Yeah. Yeah, no comment. Wouldn't you be a little more definite than that?
Yeah, I think you got to say something more than no comment.
The scandals on them are pretty impressive, absolutely. But I don't... Are
you going to vote there, Artie?
I can't. I'm a convicted felon.
Would you?
I'm not even kidding. Would I? Yeah, I guess.
I'm so proud.
I mean, I don't know. I don't. I'm not registered as anything.
Right.
I don't like either one. I hate both people. Well, I like Trump. I golfed with Trump once, because he was on Stern a bunch of times. I got friendly with the guy.
Yeah.
And that temperament thing is the biggest thing. He's the kind of guy, he's like in the third grade. If you say something about his shoes, he'll goof on your shirt. You say something about his mother. We golfed with Eli Manning played 9 holes at a charity event. And by the end of the 9 holes, me and Trump were goofing on Eli Manning, like bullying a guy in a high school. Shut your mouth. You're always breathing with your mouth open.
The pro athlete.
Yeah,
you guys are fucking with these Super Bowl.
Too out of shape.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's the only time I ever golfed where I wasn't by the 4th hole drunk, shirtless, and throwing the ball. I just don't respect those golf rules. But he grew up rich, and he has Trump. He's got that perfect golf swing, and he would goof on mine. I'm like, I'm sorry, I was working while you were learning your khaki pants. But you could talk like that to him, and he goofs back on you. But I don't think you could handle Putin that way, Well, I think he get us in some issues.
He likes the Putin.
But I don't trust her at all. Like, not even, she's just it's actually a problem with the lying with her. She almost does it just for sport.
The whole thing is scary. It's scary that these are our choices.
How about the pothead guy though? He's got that he's got that Spicoli laugh. I would love it. Every once in a while he laughs into like, oh. He doesn't want to get a threesome going or something. And the Teleppo thing, any other answer would have been better than what?
Yeah, what?
Like my least favorite Marx brother. That's what.
Yes. I like that he was honest though. Like he didn't know what it was.
Right,
That's
exactly.
great.
He's the only honest guy. He said
they killed him for being honest.
He said I'm not smoking weed, and then he said I'm only eating edibles. So you're high every day.
Pot? Okay.
Yeah, he's a big pot guy. The Colorado But he's got that, he lapses into, even Sean Penn goes into that sometimes when he's talking about a serious issue, like, we've got to get aid to, we've got to get aid to Cuba.
So Jefferson said.
You guys are unbelievable. It's how fast.
Yeah, we're popping this stuff up as you talk there, Artie.
Gary Johnson, they said 15% to get on the debates. What percentage does he have now?
He's at 13.
Yeah, he's close.
Oh, wow.
He's really close.
He said he's on the ballot in every state. I read yesterday.
That came out yesterday on the ballot in every state. And
that would be 13%.
Great. He gets to 15. He gets in the debates.
Well, let me ask you that. Would you hate that he was there to interrupt those two? Or
I would love it.
Yeah, you would.
I would love to hear. Maybe I'll vote for him. I would love to hear him on this debate.
I just want to see Hillary and Trump.
The thing is, if you vote for him, it's definitely helping one of the two. So you're making a choice anyway. Because I'd love to see a guy like that get in, but it's not happening.
Dude, you know what? He has a show. She seems so weak right now.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think, Trump, is he just this kid? Gary Johnson may be the perfect fit. He seems like he's not one of those two. He's not a Republican.
Definitely not.
And he also, he's in better shape than she is. And he's more qualified than Trump, I think.
I just don't think we're there yet.
I wonder if they turn on him.
Actually wins.
You think if he got in that they would turn on him, the two of them would shut up every time. No, I'm trying to fuck with her. I'm trying to fuck with him. You shut up and sit there.
Smoke another joint, Gene Krupa.
He's the least vulnerable out of those two.
You're 100% right there.
Gene Krupa.
Oh,
Right back to the 40s.
Yes.
How do we get him 2 more percent? That's
I bet he gets in.
You have to poll 15% or more 10 days before a debate.
Okay.
Just 10 days.
Yeah, just 10 days
so
before.
He's got time. He's right there. He's so
the first
close.
debate is soon. So if you get
September 26th, yeah.
So anytime between now and the 26th, if he polls between above 15%, then he'll be allowed in that debate.
Wow.
I don't know if it's every other debate after that. I'm not sure, but I know that it's.
Well, they found so many ways to be shady when you look at what Deborah Wasserman Schultz and the Democratic Party, where they fuck Bernie really good.
What about that? He's got to be so. How mad is Bernie? My God.
He should have stayed in there.
I guess they made him a deal. Like they said,
obviously.
They mafia'd him.
We'll make you secretary of hairdos. I don't know. You guys riff.
he was so bad, too.
You guys riff.
I think he was surprised by all the support.
He already brought up Gene Krupa. You're not going to get any better.
Smoke another joint, Gene Krupa.
You're not going to get any better riffing than one of the greatest jazz drummers of all time.
So he was a pothead. I thought that was good.
He was a pothead.
I realize how ancient I'm making. You were so funny. I said, wow, you can see this right up. And you're like, yeah, Artie, we're putting stuff up as you talk.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
You're surprised by this technology in the room. My God.
I've always been that way.
What's this Google?
I went to a party. First time I was in L.A., Quincy Jones produced Man TV, so he invited us to a party. I went to a house in Bel Air, and I go in the backyard, and I go, you got a pool? That's what I said out loud in Bel Air.
To Quincy Jones.
To Quincy Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Wow.
Yeah, I produced Thriller.
I can say that because I'm from Philadelphia.
Quincy Jones just produced Thriller.
Right.
I almost said above ground. I want to have the only above ground pool.
Wow, that's nice. It's in the ground and everything.
You got an in-ground pool?
Was that a diving board?
You got a microwave?
I don't know about you guys. I got to pee.
Sure, man.
You want to take a little break?
Sure.
We got Artie Lange. Where are you? Artie, doing Caroline's?
Caroline's tonight. They put a Thursday thing on there.
Maybe a Thursday.
It's been a while since I was there. Since I walked the boards on a Thursday. Come see me do Gene Krupa references to 8 people.
You're just hoping they open that curtain, right?
Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst when the curtain is up.
Oh, I know. You never want to see the curtain.
You walk in and they have that curtain up.
Yeah. It's okay if you haven't seen it all weekend, then maybe on a Sunday. Yeah. But when it's a Saturday 10 o'clock show and you hear the curtain, the curtain,
the only thing that would cheer you up is if you hear Kenny or Lewis explaining to that fan that that's good. one of the Guy Code people. Yeah. The Guy Code, there's 80 people on the Guy Code because they all have 3 minutes.
No, the curtain's great. It just keeps everything going too.
That is a great.
I'll tell you, I got a house in Pennsylvania. Yeah. I garden. I put on a blonde wig. I just garden. I love Louis.
Yeah, the curtain hides the empty seats for the people that don't know.
He's a nice guy.
He passed me. He passed me. I can never say. Yeah.
All right. What do we got? So we got Artie at Caroline's.
I'll be there Thursday through Saturday.
212-757-4100 for the tickets to see Artie. Jimmy's leaving in a little while. He's got all sorts of things happening.
Warming up for my, I'm going to Minnesota and Pittsburgh this weekend. And the new hour I'm really happy with. I'm shooting my special October 7th. So
for you, man.
These next gigs are all...
Where are you doing the special?
I can't say because I contractually have to wait for them to announce it.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't want to say, but
Were you doing Minnesota and Pittsburgh in one-nighters?
Yeah, Minnesota tonight, the Varsity Theater, and then tomorrow's Pittsburgh. And I'm back on Saturday.
Oh, that's moving,
Jesus.
Yeah, but these are makeup dates.
Wow,
man, that's moving.
That's a lot of travel.
No one does the road better than Norton, man. I always say, that's efficient.
He rolls in here with his suitcase. I've seen him drag it in and drag it out, both. No, he's out there, man.
We were in Tampa for 9 hours. He's right. You're in and out, baby.
Yeah, man. Kenny arranged everything perfectly.
Yeah.
During the summer
Kenny,
solstice, it's going to change. Everything. he misses nothing.
Kenny, when we left Tampa, Kenny said something so funny that broad who was driving us to the airport, very Floridian, and it's 5 a.m. and I caught a ride with these guys, and there's two people getting pulled over for like I don't know, they were speeding or something in the middle of Tampa, and Kenny goes, "That looks gangster." The most sarcastic.
Why? Because we're in Florida.
We can say that.
Club Soda Kenny was just condescending.
Vic Henley also going to Pittsburgh.
I'm going to Pittsburgh with Kathleen Madigan tomorrow night, and then we're in Baltimore on Saturday, and I got the Omaha Bone coming up.
The great Vic Henley.
All right, you're sticking around, right?
You know what? I got till 9:30. I got a very important.
Oh, you do? Yeah. You're leaving? No, we should continue that.
Well, no, I could hang. I got to be. It's a court date for something. But
oh no, you're gonna be
doesn't involve me.
No. Doesn't involve
someone
else.
Witness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No, it's not. I'm not being arraigned.
All right, we'll do a little break. We'll do a little more with Artie before he gets out of here.
I'm gonna shave your head and throw a bunch of plates down the hallway at the judge.
Jeffrey Tambor.
Jeffrey, that's right. And justice for all.
Yeah, judge coming through. Yeah. Fucking Jack Warden.
That's so great.
You didn't have the briefcase for it. That's awesome.
When Jack Warden is trying to shoot himself with a rifle.
Shotgun. I think it's a shotgun. Yeah. I could be wrong.
He's on the toilet, Your Honor.
I failed to see the connection. That's because you're a douchebag.
All right, somebody bangs the gavel.
Is there a better turnaround than when Pacino goes, "'Cause I'm gonna get him"?
Podcast, Eric, you gave me a sheet. What do we got? We got Seth Rogen, Steve Aoki, and Master Poe's hurricane evacuation plan. Going old school, huh?
Yeah, a couple people were asking for some old Master Poe stuff. That was one of the better ones.
All right, subscribe, review on iTunes, also available on Google Play. It's the Opie Radio Podcast. More with Artie Lange, Jim Norton, Vic Henley. Stay where you are. Got Artie Lange in studio and Vic Henley. Jimmy's around here somewhere. Jimmy's going to leave in a couple minutes. He's got to get on a plane. And I invited Craig Gass back. You guys might know each other.
I love Gass.
We know each other. Vic I've never worked with, but Artie I've known for a long time.
That's right.
Artie's one of my favorite people.
You guys,
there you go.
Everybody loves Artie.
You guys ever do the Howard show together? Or
I think once or twice.
We were on a few times together.
Yeah, together. Yeah.
It's funny. I'm pitching a show. Vic said everyone loves Artie. Everyone loves Raymond's Taken, and everyone hates Chris. I'm going to do a show called I'm on the Fence about Artie.
It's just a guy.
The jury's out.
Artie's one of those guys you can say
I'm on the fence about.
When did they decide? Season 3? They finally decided.
Well, that's what I say. When you decide the syndication. Right. At 88 episodes.
8 episodes.
Artie's one of those guys that's nice to a fault. Anybody who comes to him and says, "Hey, I'm a fan. Do you mind if I can I meet you? Can I bring my dad?" He'll go, "Yeah, why not?"
That's how we met.
He's just like so open.
Your dad still calls me. No. You no. That is sometimes with the fan. You realize soon the radio fans, especially. That's an intimate thing. Some of them really think you're talking to them in the car.
Yeah.
And it's not good to be with them.
They love you until they have to hate you.
Yeah, some of the guys, Zanies in Vernon Hills, Illinois, you hang out after. It's 4 hours. You're in the middle of rural. Like, do I like cocaine this much?
Yeah.
To talk to this guy more.
Isn't it amazing how cocaine will put you together with people that you would never hang out with?
Oh, I know.
You're standing
My
over.
Uncles.
Your uncles.
No, so those rural guys who can get coke. Like, where is it? Where is it? The corn? Where are you getting?
All right, guys, I gotta go. I mean, if you want to talk about drugs in a positive way, that's your business. But this is where I hit the road.
Where are you going, Jimmy?
I gotta go. I got a flight to Minnesota.
He's on a plane. In
about
an hour or two.
Yeah, I'm
got a gig.
Are you in Minnesota tonight?
Tonight,
and then where? And then Pittsburgh.
Tomorrow, Pittsburgh.
Rex
Good night,
Theater.
Vic. Good seeing
See
you,
you, Jimmy.
Craig.
You too,
Artie,
buddy.
always a pleasure, my
Jimmy,
sweet.
I love you,
Opie,
buddy.
I also love you too. I'll see you Monday morning.
Yes, have a good
Trav
weekend.
Dog, I'm going to miss you. And good seeing you, Paul. All right, back to work.
Good seeing you, Paul.
If this is the last time we see you, that was a nice goodbye for everybody.
I would have preferred
that was a nice goodbye.
I want to remember you as rude. Call somebody stupid.
Okay, yeah. Oh, wait,
it was too nice.
What would play well on the news?
You'll never see me again if my plane goes down.
There he goes, Jim Norton, everyone. JimNorton.com for all his dates. He's all over the place.
There's a better chance of me having a heart attack and dying than his plane going down. So,
all right, that's wonderful, Artie.
I'm just going with blood work.
Positive.
I'm just going with blood work.
You think Trump's healthy? Speaking of which,
he's healthier than Hillary Clinton.
I don't think he's that healthy either, though.
How is this age of millennials? How is these 70-year-olds the choices? And then Bernie Sanders.
No,
you know, an assassination plot. You know, you assassinate Bernie Sanders. You would just have to wait.
Yeah, just give it a couple months.
Just hang out.
I think he's the healthiest out of the three.
They're all in their 70s.
Make them do the debates on the treadmill. They have to actually walk the treadmill and do the debate on the treadmill the whole time. You could IV them, throw them a couple of sports drinks.
He's the only one I've seen jogging out of the three.
Bernie?
Yeah, they got that famous
Bernie
video.
was jogging?
Yeah, he's running through, where was it? An airport or a hotel lobby?
Maybe his wife was horny.
That was O.J. Simpson.
Maybe he shit his pants.
Get away from that wife. Yeah, honey, I got.
You know, there's something about his wife. I think Bernie did all right for himself.
Oh, wow, there you go. There's a video.
I think he did all right for himself. Yeah, he's running. He's late to something.
I think she did better.
There, he's jogging along.
Wait a minute.
He shoots baskets, too.
I just told somebody I'm going to try for free college. How the fuck is that going to happen?
Amazing.
I didn't pay for college. I didn't go. That's how I figured it out. He's, there's got to be, well, first of all, Trump's success, I guarantee this. Get ready for the campaign of Kanye West.
Yeah.
I think so. Why wouldn't he try it?
You know what? After Trump, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree.
Then
it's
anything's possible?
You didn't think with all the shit that Trump was saying last year, you just thought, oh my God, this guy's done. And he just got bigger and bigger.
Didn't Kanye was essentially saying, I think he said, I'm going to run for president.
When Hillary did her whole weekend at Bernie's a couple days ago, it was the first time I said, holy shit, Trump's going to be our president.
Right.
It was the first time
it's funny, that's what I
went,
thought.
oh my God, he is going to be our president.
Well, just some of the Democrats can pull out of their ass in last minute.
I think she has to fall down one more time, and then they could maybe squeeze Biden in there or something.
They're going to put one of those metal mannequin rods, just run her right up her back. And that's exactly what, and everybody's going to go, oh, but she looks a little stiff. But that's the only way to save her at this point now.
The president has a rod in her ass.
Hillary Rodham Clinton.
It's funny, Ope, I had the same reaction when I saw that. When I saw that, I thought, shit, Trump's going to be our president unless Trump has some kind of obvious medical condition in the next couple months.
I'll tell you why this video means this probably happens once a week, because how routine the Secret Service guys.
Yeah, good point.
They've been running this drill 1,000 times. This guy knows exactly what to do.
You see how he grabbed her
it's
right
like a high pick and roll.
Yeah.
Not only that, but I noticed other people went into place to block the shot.
But look at this guy.
No, this guy moves over.
No, Artie's 100% right. This guy walks over like, oh, this again.
He has to get under both arms the first time.
This guy's
he's got under both arms, and then the other guy comes around.
Yeah. I zoomed in, and you can see that she's out. That foot is just being dragged. That's they're trying to put her in there.
You know, the Asian guy was a little late blocking her. Watch this guy. He was late getting over.
Asian.
That's what happens with you got to guard Jordan. This guy knows what to do, and the Asian guy's supposed to block her.
Yeah.
I don't know why Asian. I'm not saying Asian.
He is Asian.
He's Asian.
He's clearly Asian.
He's the new guy. He doesn't realize that this happens a lot.
An Asian guy just missed blocking Hillary Rodham.
Who knows if it happens a lot, right?
She's leaning there, going probably mad, like, where the fuck is the car?
Fuck.
I think she's just going out.
She goes right. Look at that. Whoa.
Yeah.
That is weakness. That's like a Michael Dukakis moment.
Bill Clinton's like, first time I saw Hillary go down in 30 years.
Yeah.
We'll be here all week. Good night. Don't let the sea air rust your hips.
Say goodbye to the smart comedy.
He doesn't give a fuck. He's kicking bimbos somewhere. You don't
kicking bimbos.
And then Bill Cosby said,
Camille.
How about that eye?
That was Lexi.
The eye on Bill Cosby.
I
That's
love
the
it.
creepiest thing about it.
Yeah, I love
That's been going on for 10 years. I don't know why nobody's been acknowledging it.
I'll tell you why he has
What,
that
the
eye? The eye is when you're raping a chick in the dressing room, you got to keep one eye on the door.
Yeah. And it just stayed that way.
Permanent.
That's if you keep making that face, it's going to freeze.
Yeah.
So his eyes, one too many eyes on the door.
My favorite line.
In case Tempest Bledsoe wants a surprise script conference.
My favorite line from the first-hand accounts of the accusations was the girl who was with Cosby on the Tonight Show, who said he walked into her dressing room, pulled out his dick, and said, "Put it in your mouth; it's good for you."
You're kidding me.
That's
his line?
That was his line in the 70s.
That's a hell of a line.
It's good for you.
Yeah, the greatest comedian ever.
Camille.
First of all, how do you get so good at putting women to sleep? He's like a bad magician in Vegas. Okay, you're sleeping and you're out.
Put to sleep.
He figured out the formula perfectly.
And you're asleep. I'm not coming on your back. I'm not coming on your back. And we're awake.
What a creep.
We're awake and you're auditioning for Fat Albert. You're happy. You're happy.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you go see him live though? If he ever did another
I don't give a
stand-up, I would
fuck.
absolutely go. I would be fascinated to go see him live.
Only if I got backstage passes.
Yeah.
I'd find 3 chicks who look like Janis Dickinson.
And just go strolling in with the triplets.
How about Janis Dickinson is so annoying? It's the only time I was happy someone was raped.
Wow, Artie.
Shut up.
Artie Lange, Caroline's this weekend.
Listen, I just got
all weekend long.
I just got blood work back. I'm not going to be
Artie Lange.
Rape jokes.
I think it's funny that he's probably backstage by himself in his green room with the door wide open so they can keep an eye on him.
I know. I mean,
it's probably part of the deal. Look, we'll continue booking you, but but your green room's got to be wide open.
Well, I love, all the black comics in the cellar still defend them, and it's like, guys, just abandon it.
Do they really?
Yeah. It's like, come on, guys. It's like me saying, John Gotti owned a pizzeria.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, plenty of pizzerias make $15 million a month.
Sure.
Are they really still defending him?
A lot of the guys down there, I'm like, at this point, it's just like,
It's overkill.
Yeah.
It's overkill what...
Yeah, I mean, as a comic, I wanted to defend him, but when he got up to 40 women, it was...
Well,
that's what I said. The numbers are so...
When he got up at 38, you're...
Yeah, he's okay with it.
Yeah, 38, he's still on the fence.
No problem.
That's 38 whores.
I need to see a little more.
What's 38 chicks in SAG? Look at all these pictures of him. He looks like a...
Did you ever meet him?
I met him once, yeah.
Me and Bill and Jimmy, he was here. We just abandoned the radio show. We're like, fuck that. We get a chance to meet Cosby.
Right.
We'll be right back. And we waited and met him. He could have been nicer. There's the picture. Yeah, he was so fucking cool to us.
Gilbert Gottfried has Gilbert Gottfried is in the highest rated Cosby show ever. It's like he sells him a used car, and he went to rehearsal, and Cosby wasn't there. And I'm sure this is true. I don't know why Gilbert would make this up, but he said that the assistant director said, Mr. Cosby, on Thursdays he's not here. And he said, why? He teaches acting to Asian women.
Oh my God.
Asian. That's exactly, he said
that was the answer.
That's what she said. He teaches comedy to Asian actresses who
wow, Cosby had game, huh?
Well, and then that was in the 80s, and in the 90s had a barrage of funny Asian women. I'm sure that works. I was
we have Cosby to thank for Margaret Cho. That's why.
Thanks, buddy. He fucked us too.
Is that Sinbad? That's
Sinbad.
Sinbad and Gilbert Gottfried.
Son, Mr. Babbitt.
Hi, your name?
Theo.
Hi, Leo. It's very nice seeing you.
You're a doctor.
And how's Mrs. Huxtable?
Oh, so.
So. I heard she was made a partner in her law firm. She's in the biggest law firm in the country. Well, look, I wish I could stay here talking to you, but look, I gotta go home. I'm gonna tell Nancy I saw you,
Yes,
Dr. Huxtable.
Thank you.
Oh, good. Nice meeting you, Leo.
Theo.
Gilbert is the best.
I saw him in 1988 at Caroline's at the Seaport. Me and my buddies. I heard him on Howard, and we went. And I never laughed so hard in my life. And I thought it was going to be the biggest thing ever until you realize I get to see that act again every time I work with him now. It's like, it was great to see your act again.
He still
hasn't written a new joke in 40 years.
He still does impressions from the characters in Casablanca.
No, I know. The 23-year-old kids aren't getting the Ralph Cramden in Casablanca.
My favorite thing about seeing Gilbert is that there's people who pay to go see him, and then you see the look on their faces of, what the fuck are we paying for?
Yeah.
He still alienates half his audience who don't know what they're going to be seeing.
He's a talented guy.
Yes.
But
I love Gilbert.
Very lazy. Very lazy.
I did see him open a show a couple months ago with a great line that was, so I was in Africa the other day. It's all black people there now.
Well, I saw that in 1988.
Same.
I just hadn't heard it the last 5 times I saw it.
I said I laughed as many times as I stopped laughing at that joke in 1996-ish.
I just heard it too many times.
You were done by 96.
But, yeah, he did. He's one of those guys, those old school guys. He did a special of all old jokes so he wouldn't blow the act.
Right.
I warmed up for that. He taped it at Gotham, and he had his cheat sheet on giant pieces of poster board all across the back of the room.
Really?
From the floor to ceiling, old jokes in shorthand. Yeah. So the audience is walking in and just says, penguin fucking. Dynamite on her clit. It's just, Roman candle in the butthole. It literally was. It was the weirdest.
Where are you sitting? You're underneath the penguin fucking. Table 5.
Right.
A Jew clit? You're underneath the Jew clit.
I love talking to radio guys about him because all radio guys have some version of a story of after an interview where he goes, "So, where's your prize closet?" And
he likes free stuff.
Prize closet.
He's a fan of the swag.
Yeah.
Well, hand to God, this happened. I did a road gig with him. He'd come back waiting for our luggage to come around. I said, "I'll get your bag for you," because he looked weak. He looked Ron Clinton weak.
He's a little fella. He's a small guy.
He is. Yeah. He's got this bigger than him. And I got his duffel bag. The zipper was open. I grabbed it. 30 creamers from a diner.
Fall out taking
I'm like,
them.
what the fuck? And he's just laughing. Not an ounce embarrassed.
I don't know if it's true, but I've heard he'll stop into Caroline and just say, "I just like to get some food," and they'll try to feed him. And they'll say, "Yeah, just put it in a to-go," and he'll just get
It's unbelievable.
He'll get a bunch of burgers and just leave and go home.
I forgot who it was that told me years ago, but I mean, again, 30-something. First couple of years of comedy, and they were working in San Diego with him, and they went across the border to Tijuana for the afternoon, and they're in some bar, and there's hookers in the bar, and ever who it was that says, he's got one on each knee, and he's trying to decide. And it was just because he's doing the Gilbert voice, and I can't do the voice, but he said, "I don't know, this one, maybe this one, I don't know."
How old are you?
You do a discount of any kind.
How much is it without the scar?
It's just such a great visual of, just sitting there drinking a warm Corona with a hooker on his lap.
I did a roast with him that he wasn't supposed to be roasting. They invited him to sit on the dais. That roast of Richard Belzer.
Oh, right, okay.
And so he goes out. They throw him in the mix, and he says, "I don't have any material ready." And Rich Voss and Jimmy were writing jokes for him on the fly.
Yeah.
And then he just walked out on stage and threw the whole thing out. You could hear him as they said, "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your next roaster, Gilbert Gottfried." You hear him talking to Richard Belzer. You can hear him on the mic going, "I'm sorry. I'll do the best I can." And he just did, just insert the name Richard Belzer wherever you'd like. And he just did 5 minutes of pedophile jokes.
Wow.
And nobody was laughing. You can hear audible gas coming out of the audience. And then he ends with, "So, how do you get a faggot to fuck a woman?" "You stuffer cunt full of shit. God bless you." And he got a standing ovation. He got a standing ovation for that joke.
What is Rich Voss going to see as probation officer?
Yeah, look at that. Look how he's dressed.
Oh, wow.
We'll tweet that out.
He walked on at Catchback. Belzer was hosting one time back in the day at Catch a Rising Star, and Gilbert walked right on stage and stood next to him with another microphone and started doing a Belzer impression.
Really?
Better than Belzer. And it was dueling Belzers on stage going back and forth. And if you closed your eyes, you wouldn't have known, who was who. It was fucking hilarious.
Gilbert when Gilbert sat in for the news at Howard, me and him were like two kids in the second grade. He would get me to be more offensive. Everything he said had the N-word in it. I mean, this is like, so I start doing it. Howard said, "Listen, wait, stop. No more N-word. You can't do it anymore. Stop it." It's like, it's not 1960.
It rubs off on you, though.
Yeah, it does. So we're putting it anywhere. He goes, "You can't do it anymore." So, okay. And Robin was doing the news. He goes, "Let's just get through the show." He's like, scolded us like a principal. Yeah. And I'm like, you're right. We can't. Robin, next story. I swear to God, Robin goes, "Spike Lee has a new movie out." And, okay. She says Spike Lee has a new movie out. There's a pause and you hear, and Howard looks at Robin and goes, "Can you help me out a little? Could you have skipped that?" He laughed so fucking hard.
No, but when you work with Artie, when you work with some comedians, within fucking 20 minutes, you're like, "I'm not ever like this at all. Why am I doing this?
Why are we robbing a bank?
Why are we robbing a bank?" I've never talked to a Shylock about it.
I gotta make there was some documentary about how the mafia. No, some comic was doing about how the mafia and show business are alike. And this is one of my favorite Rich Voss things that we were doing. And I said to Voss, they are like. I said, you can't get into either one of them. Nice. He's a great joke writer though, but I never saw someone even try to write Gilbert jokes. You know what I mean? Because it's he usually just goes to the old stuff anyway. He doesn't even look at it.
Like street jokes and.
Well, the Aristocrat. I was at that roast. I was right before. Thank God I didn't have to follow him at the Hugh Hefner thing. So I was there when he did that Aristocrats thing. Yeah. And people forget they never aired it. It was too dirty to air, and so they have people laughing at that. You know, they edited the laughter from that at another bit he was doing that, you know, was good, but not like the...
they did that?
Yeah.
That's a common thing.
Only people not laughing in the whole place at the Aristocrat show, you Hefner's 7 girlfriends. I don't get it.
Is that the one that Ice-T did?
He bombed.
Yeah,
well, no, Tommy Davidson, but you don't want to be that one guy who usually bombs and you get cut out of it, or as I call it, the Jay Moore slot.
That was one of the greatest moments in roast history was Gilbert following Ice-T, because Ice-T did something that didn't make any sense. He walked up and he said, I'm going to rape all you bitches. I'm going to tie you up in my basement. And it didn't make any sense. It was awkward. And they go, all right, please welcome our next roaster, Gilbert Gottfried. And Gilbert goes, I can't believe Ice-T did my entire set, but I'll do it anyway. I can't wait to rape all you bitches. And he did the exact same set, word for word.
This is the most awkward thing. The only time you Hefner knew I existed was the 5 minutes I was insulting him on national television.
Is this it? Is this him following Ice-T?
No, he followed me, Gilbert.
Let me see this. Okay. Let me see this.
But Ice-T had been a couple of times before. But I don't think the Aristocrats. Is this the one that aired?
I don't know. Let's push play on this real fast.
Oh, this evening went by so quick. It just seemed like it started 50 hours ago, and here I am. You know, everyone else, it's so bad coming on after this, because everyone else did my act already. It's like Ice-T did my whole act right now, so I'll do it anyway. I'm going to follow you white motherfuckers home and rape you f***ing white bitches. You see, it's such a strong bit, it still works. I'm gonna shoot some of you white motherfuckers. See, when a joke works, it just works, no matter how many times you hear it. Tonight I'm gonna be using my Muslim name, Hasn't Been Laid.
And he went back to the element.
There he goes, right.
I had to follow Dick Gregory at this, okay? Dick Gregory didn't do stand-up. He just said how much Hugh Hefner helped the civil rights movement.
Yeah, he's more of an activist.
That's all he did.
I know. He worked in his club back in the day.
For 10 minutes. That's what he talked about. Then they're both crying at the end. Hugh Hefner, Dick Gregory are crying. The whole place is crying. They get up, they hug each other crying.
Yeah.
They sit down, the place settles, Jimmy Kimmel goes up and goes, you'll know our next roaster from Hippopotamus Week on the Discovery Channel, Artie Lange. Dick Craig told one, I think, Michael Jackson joke in 10 minutes of how he helped the civil rights movement.
Yeah, I have put him in the club right back in the day.
This was 2001. My God,
that's
Jimmy doesn't even do a buffer before he brings you up. He doesn't acknowledge.
Because what are you going to do? It's like we just followed like like the Million Man March.
Right.
Cedric the Entertainer got cut out. He got cut out of it. He was he tried to do a song, but
it didn't work.
No. It was.
That's already 15 years ago.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
It's tough when your buddies get cut out. You feel for them. You know, you go in and you try to do the best set that you can.
Right.
And you get cut out entirely, and people are wondering why you're even there. And
oh my God!
Look at Artie filled with hope.
That was like.
You look like a movie star.
I know. That's what I used to look like.
Star.
That's what I used to look like before. You know.
No, he had
the funny bone happened.
He had hopes and dreams before that visit to Pittsburgh and the new drawings.
Artie.
Oh, you could have been in a million mafia movies looking like that.
I know. I just, what happened?
Wow, wait.
Good color.
And I thought I was heavy there. I gained 50 pounds since high school for this.
No,
look at that tux.
You look good.
I look alive. I just want to make Natasha Lyonne laugh at her own. It's a big one.
Man.
Is this New York, Artie? Or is this
This
LA?
was at the Hilton.
At the Hilton.
Yeah, that was a good time. The after party was all those chicks, like some William Morris age, I won't say it was, I got a blowjob with a Hefner's girlfriends in the bathroom.
Really?
And, yeah, because he had a receiving line afterwards. All the comics would just say, when I want to go, just say, shake his hand.
Yeah.
And so I say, Mr. Hefner, it was a pleasure performing for you. He went, I'm tripping. He said, I'm tripping.
I'm
tripping.
tripping.
All he said, and then I said, all right, take care. Okay. That was the entire exchange.
I'm tripping.
Wow. Yeah. I think it was that one.
Yeah, look at that. Look at his girlfriends.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he had food on his face, and we had to stop the tape. He was older already. He was like 74. It was right before, it was kind of sad.
Artie, didn't you do that Playboy Mansion gig where they ship in the hookers?
I got a blowjob in the grotto for cost me $500. I said, I'm getting a blowjob in the grotto. They bust in hookers. The chick who blew me had a tattoo of her dead brother on her neck.
Oh my God.
And I said to my friends,
and you came on that?
I said, listen, the grotto's right here. They don't care. They're blatant whores. They kept going. I said, how much for a blowjob? He goes, $500. I got to get a blowjob in the fucking grotto. So I went right where I think James Caan fucked Barbie Benton. I had a different experience than the James Caan. And she blew me.
And she had a neck tattoo.
First of all, the angle looked like I was fucking her brother's mouth. I said, you got to move the angle.
I did that gig.
Can we do this upside down?
I did that
She
gig
looked like Don Cheadle.
a year or two after Artie did it. I remember the guy tells me...
sleazy guy.
He says, we're going to be... he goes, listen, you're going to perform. I'm going to tell you up front, the crowd doesn't care because when we get done with that part of the event where we have the entertainment, there's 500 women, in his own words, he said, who've been bought and paid for that we ship onto the property. And
they came on school buses.
School buses. I have pictures of the school... It's school buses.
The school buses.
Short school buses.
Retarded hookers.
Full of whores. Buses full of whores.
Yeah, a bus full of whores.
Yeah.
And I bombed in a way. Sarah Silver went first. She kills. Then Jerry Buss, the owner of the Lakers, moves to the front row. And
that's right.
Everybody's flirting with no one's listening to me. So I had to do 20 minutes to get 10 G's. So I looked down. I had like 15 minutes. No one's listening to me. I sang the American trilogy. Elvis Presley, like, I wish I was in the land of cotton.
Yeah.
No one listened. No one was caring.
No one even heard it.
I ripped my pants coming off. I had a cargo pants. I ripped down the fucking thing. And my assistant, I wanted him to go out and get me more pants. He's by the monkey cage smoking a joint with Sarah. I couldn't find him. This is the worst Playboy story ever. I got the 10 G's. He goes, what was that again? No one's listening. I sang an Elvis song.
I had the same experience where nobody cared.
I got the money.
One guy came up to the stage and he's looking at me like waving. He goes, come here. And I'm like, I'm in the middle of my stand. I go, I'm sorry. And he goes, give me the mic. I hand the mic to him and he goes, we just want some pussy. And everyone goes, yeah.
I should have closed with that.
And I go to my table to sulk, and Ron Jeremy comes over with 2 plates of food. He goes, they're giving away free food.
That cheers you up. Ron Jeremy tells you about his stand-up career.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I was so mad. I said, I'm getting a fucking blowjob. I'm not going to be invited back here.
How bad is the grotto? Is it as cool as they say? Or is it
it's legendary.
It's beautiful.
It's
beautiful.
You know it's legendary, but it's old. It's got like
going to Graceland.
It's got like
it wasn't older than the hooker.
Yeah, I've heard it's got a little skank,
and it's got an old school like AM FM radio panel. You know,
they haven't updated their electronics.
Yeah,
the old 70s intercom system.
Yeah, it is, and I'm sure it was amazing in the 70s. But you know the legend of it, so you're walking around.
Don Adams playing poker.
Wow,
that's hip.
You're walking around knowing like, wow, some crazy shit happened here.
Oh yeah,
and they sold the damn thing, right?
I said that
they just sold it to a neighbor, I guess.
And the neighbor can't wait to knock that fucking thing down.
Oh, is that what he's going to do? He's not even going to...
I think he's going to knock it down.
Can't wait to move on from the whole Playboy Mansion thing, but they're going to wait for Hugh. Because he comes with the house, right?
Yeah, you can't get rid of it. I think you got to let him stay on the property.
That was the deal, that he gets to stay on the property until he dies.
Him and Will Chamberlain's skeleton. There was in the 70s Playboys in the back. They show the pictures of the parties. There's always Will Chamberlain and James Caan in a pink fur coat.
Really?
Yeah,
That's a
I think he got into a little like crazy.
That is a visual. That's wonderful.
Yeah, he's got 4 broads around him.
Isn't there some story where some guy has or an assistant walks by with a colonic thing for James and says, James, it was like James likes his women clean?
I think he did everything. He had the record for most Playboy most months in a row he fucked. Like from August of 74
through whenever.
Yeah, like October 75, he fucked every Playmate.
It was the 70s, man.
Yeah, that's what's now we have,
So you got to go, Artie? You're standing up.
Largo stories about going to brunch with people.
You got to go?
Yeah, I got to go.
I see you standing up.
He got up. He got up. Yeah, he got up. He's got to go be a character.
It's not for him, though.
Character witness.
What I have to do is so not cool.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool.
Well,
You're helping a friend.
Wait, what is it? Can you say?
He's helping a friend.
Well, I have to go testify at the.
He's got to be a character witness.
I have to say a guy's a good guy.
That's it?
Real quick, yeah.
If Foxworthy was here, he'd go, you might be if Artie Lange is a character witness.
Can you imagine? Artie walks into court.
The guy called me. That's such a long story.
Have you practiced how you're going to say he's a good guy, or are you just going to say he's a good guy?
I'm going to go, I never saw that guy take a bet in my life.
I hope you don't have to follow Dick Gregory.
Crying.
What if he's there as the first guy up there? This guy did so much for civil rights. Another day I'll explain it.
All right, no worries. Artie Lange at Caroline starting tonight, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and you got the Sunday too, right?
Yeah. Unless I'm in jail, I'll be
all weekend long.
212-757-41. It's always great to see you, buddy.
Yeah, guys.
It's been way too long. We got to make this a little more
regular. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Vic, it's always great to see you
too, buddy.
Yeah, salute.
See you.
All right, Artie.
Well, I still have the number of the chick with the dead brother.
Yeah, okay. We'll take a quick break. Sure. We'll take a quick break. We'll continue with Craig Gass and Vic Henley. Hanging with Vic Henley and Craig Gass.
Stories.
I like how this show, it's just like people just coming and going all the time.
It's like the grotto at the Playboy Mansion.
Like
people just wandering in and out.
Without the spunk.
Can I do an asshole move and bring up a story for something you were talking about 2 days ago?
Yeah.
Because you were talking about Brian Wilson.
Right.
And one of the greatest entertainment business stories I've ever heard, and I confirmed it with a guy named Todd Zuckerman who plays drums for Brian Wilson and said, yes, it's 100% true. I've seen the picture.
Well, we're still going to say allegedly.
All right, allegedly. Apparently, Don Henley is a huge Beach Boys fan.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a huge asshole, because I would say that's not alleged.
Everyone knows that.
Everyone's got stories.
Well, then again, I was just really new to radio when I met him, and he didn't give a fuck.
What did he do?
He was just a dick.
Yeah? Were you trying to interview him?
No, I just wanted to say hi and get an autograph.
What was his move?
It was a very angry writing style he has, and a very aggressive handing back of the. It was a CD jacket.
Oof!
Here, take it.
Yeah, he was.
Well, this is another.
So anyway, Brian Wilson.
It's It's an autograph story. It
is.
So Don Henley is a huge Beach Boy fan. He finds out that Brian is doing an art exhibit somewhere, and Don wants to go meet Brian Wilson. He brings a copy of Pet Sounds, which apparently was the first album he ever bought, and his guitar tech comes along with him, and his guitar tech is the one who relates the story. That he witnesses Don Henley walking up to Brian and saying, "Brian, Don Henley from the Eagles." And he goes, "Oh, yeah." And Brian is, he's fucked up.
What year is this?
You know what? I don't have a year on this. It sounded like it was 15 years ago.
Okay.
And Brian Wilson looks like he's constantly having a stroke. He's out of it. So, Don says, "Hey, Don, I'm Don from the Eagles." "Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Hi. Yeah. And Don tries to have a conversation with him. It doesn't go anywhere. And then Don finally realizes, all right, do you mind? This is the first album I ever bought. Do you mind autographing? He goes, Sure. You got something for me to sign it with? And he gives him the album, gives him the Sharpie, and Brian Wilson writes, "To Don." And then he looks at him. And he writes, "Thank you for all the great music." And then he slows down, and then he looks at Don, and he scratches off the word great and writes good, and then signs his name and hands it to him. And apparently Don Henley thought it was so funny that he framed it, and he has it hanging in his house.
That's awesome.
And I've had multiple people that work with both artists that say, yes, it's true. And Todd, my buddy who plays drums for Brian, said, I've actually seen the album.
Picture.
I've seen the album, and yes, it's true. It really
He
is.
obviously was going for the joke.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Well, I guess you don't know with Brian Wilson.
Yeah, because I've heard that Brian can just randomly be brutally honest with people.
Right.
That's still not hateful, though. That's still not mean. That's just how it is. It's just how his brain's wired. Right.
Yeah.
I love hearing great.
Weren't you going to tell me an Artie Lange story?
Artie had a great story when I came to his house to do his podcast, and he before I came in, he had Chris Farley's brother on, and they were sharing Farley stories. I never knew Farley, never met him.
Yeah, me either. No.
Did you ever?
No. I would love to, too.
But Artie had an amazing Farley story that I'd never heard before. He said that Norm Macdonald was nice enough to invite him to a Saturday Night Live party, and Farley was the host that week, and Farley was supposed to be clean, but he was clearly off the rails at this after party for Saturday Night Live. And I guess Norm was really upset, and Norm just kept staring at Farley and just watching him, and he was heartbroken. And then at one point they lost him. They didn't know where Farley went to. And Artie comes back from the bathroom and he goes, "Hey, Norm, I got to tell you, I just saw Chris Farley just walk in the men's room with Andy Dick, and I can only think of two reasons why any guy would walk into a men's room with Andy Dick." And Norm Macdonald said, "Oh God, I hope he's high."
I love Norm.
I love that story. I love that story. Yeah, Artie's got great. I can't believe he's going to testify for our friend today.
Just to tell him, tell the court he's a good guy.
Gotta help him out.
Did you know that before he walked out of here? Did you? Because that just come out right there.
No, he told me earlier. Yeah.
We knew he had to go to court. Yeah. We just wanted to make sure Artie was okay.
Yeah,
and then he was like, no, it's a dumb thing.
Yeah, so it's not me.
Yeah, but that's the only impression I got. But
see, Craig does great impressions, but as a radio guy,
good impressions.
Good impressions. But as a radio guy, you don't want to I don't know, put up a fish. Come on, Craig, do this.
Dance monkey
especially, it's hard to get a guy to do impressions on the radio because it always seems awkward to work into that stuff.
I'm only afraid of this audience because I listen to this show, and I know this audience
just turn off your Twitter.
What the fuck is this? Some kind of zoo? And all my impressions are really off the beaten path. Like, who does Tom Arnold?
Yeah, he said that earlier, and that's my first thought. Who the fuck does Tom Arnold? Nobody.
Nobody. I like fat women and cocaine. And here's the thing: I was married to a big beast of a woman, Rosie. If you're listening, I love you. And the check's coming on time. Thank you, honey. But Rosie O'Donnell got me addicted to painkillers. And again, I know you're not supposed to blame people for your addictions, but Rosie, she. I don't know if you ever made love to a woman at over 400 pounds, but when you have 400 pounds bouncing up and down on your genital area, you need some kind of pain relief, and that got me addicted to heroin. Whatever. Whatever. So there you go. Very, very fast moving, and whenever I do radio appearances, I'll go a rock station. I'm perfect for a rock station. I'll go into a rock station. I'm the first comedian to ever open for Metallica. I toured with Alice in Chains. I lived at Eddie Van Halen's house. I got great rock stories.
Whoa. What do you mean you lived at Eddie Van?
It was, did Jimmy tell you that?
No.
15 years ago, I started working on stuff in Los Angeles. I'm at a concert at the Universal Amphitheater. And a friend of mine, he hates being involved in this story, but so I won't say his name. A buddy of mine says he's introduced me to people because I don't know anybody in Los Angeles, and he goes, "Hey, I'm going to introduce you," and he's doing whatever, an LA thing. And at one point he says, he goes, "Oh, dude, I'm gonna introduce you to this guy who lives with one of the biggest rock stars on the planet. But don't tell him I told you that. Come here, Maddie." Hey, Matty, this is my friend Craig Gass. I don't know if you listen to this show, if you watch this TV show, and this guy turns around and goes, oh my God, dude, I'm your biggest fan. I go, really? And he goes, dude, I saw you at the Roxy last year. I went to the House of Blues and paid $50 to a scalper to watch you open for Robert Schimmel and Richard Jeni. And
that's a good show.
Oh, yeah.
That's a damn good show.
But yeah, man, I love your stuff. And so we start talking. We make plans to go bowling. And we get to the bowling alley. And he says, do you mind if I bring my friend Ed with me? And I said, yeah, of course. And he goes, all right, because he's got a kid. His kid's...
I hate when people say that.
Yeah.
No, just say it's Eddie Van Halen. Don't be that guy.
Cool.
We're like, hey, do you mind if I bring my friend Ed?
My friend Ed. And I go, yeah, of course. And he goes, well, he's got a kid. His kid's 13. And I go, dude, it's bowling. Who gives a shit? And we get to the bowling alley, and I'm there with a couple of my friends. This guy shows up, Matty, and then his buddy Ed's not there. And he said, he's always late. And then we're waiting for a lane to open up, and I look over and I go, holy shit, look who just walked in. Look at that. 3 o'clock. Look at that. Who's that right there? Is that? And the guy stands up and goes, Ed! Eddie Van Halen, smoking a cigarette in the bowling alley, comes over. Hey, which one of you guys is a comedian? And I go, that's me. I'm Craig. He goes, hey, I'm Eddie Van Halen. And I go, yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, we all know.
And he turns around, Wolfie. This is the guy. This is the fucking guy right here. Here's the guy. And I come to find out that this guy, Matty, who I had met the week before, is Eddie's assistant. Matty lives on the property in a guest house, and Matty runs the 5150 studios on the property, and he happens to be the biggest Stern fan on the planet, and I was auditioning that year to be Howard's sidekick.
Right.
And so apparently he was running down to Ed's house every day that I was on and saying, there's a guy on the Stern Show now who does a Paul Stanley impression. There's a guy on the Stern Show now who does a Sam Kinison impression. There's a guy who does whatever. And he starts hearing all these stories. And at the bowling alley, Eddie Van Halen is telling me my life story that he heard third hand through his assistant. And one of the stories was that I have been broke my whole life. And the only thing I've ever wanted to own was an illegal cable box. That's all I've ever wanted was an illegal cable box. And I finally was able to buy one.
You get one at 125th Street.
I think it was $300, and I got the illegal cable box. And Eddie at the bowling alley goes, I heard you were broke your whole life. He goes, me too. He goes, I heard you. All you ever wanted was a legal cable box. He goes, that's crazy because, and he looks both ways. I got a legal cable box too. And I go, really?
Eddie Van Halen stealing cable?
I go, really? And then Eddie goes, yeah. He goes, the thing is, I'm fucking rich, but don't want to pay for cable. And I was like, are you fucking serious? And he goes, yeah. And so over the course of the next year and a half, this guy Matty and I would hang out from time to time, and I'd come over to the house, and then Eddie would be there. Hey, you got some jokes? You want to see some free cable? And I'd be like, no. I'm good. And then I got in a bad relationship that went south really quick. And I called my buddy and said something really bad happened one night. I was out with a girl, and she did something that was just really, really difficult to deal with. And I called the guy up, and I said, man, I need to talk to somebody. I'm going through a tough time tonight. And he put me on the phone with Eddie, and Eddie said, dude, I told you she's a fucking skank. And I go, I know. And he goes, what the fuck are you living with her for? And I go, I'm living with her because I got nowhere. She's the only person I know in LA. He goes, dude, pack up your shit and move in with me. And I go, really? And he goes, yeah. He goes, you stay as long as you want. He goes, the only thing is, don't tell anybody, but the band's getting back together, you know?
Holy shit.
Goes, so it's going to be kind of noisy at night. And I go, so the only thing I got to worry about is the fact that Van Halen is going to be. He wants me to
rehearsing.
stay.
Yeah, you're going to be awake at night because you're hearing them.
He said you can sleep on the couch in the studio, and he said the only thing is the band's going to be getting back together, so it'll be noisy at night. And I go, because Van Halen's going to be jamming in the next room, and he goes, well, I know you're working on your TV show because I was filming a new TV show at the time called Las Vegas,
right?
And so the girl came back. She's hammered. She goes, I'm sorry. I'm really drunk. I didn't mean to. And I go, you know what? you can suck everyone's dick in this room if you want, because I'm moving in with Eddie Van Halen. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Packed my shit up, moved up to Eddie's house, and I lived there for 4 months in 2004 while the band was reuniting with Sammy. And they tried to document it. They had people documenting the whole reunion, but it was tense.
Yeah.
And the kids who were filming every day, it was just a decision was made, like, we can't release any of this. So, but I remember going to a concert with Maddie, the assistant. We went to a Metallica show, and I met a girl, really nice girl, at this concert who said, we exchanged phone numbers, and I texted her after the show and said, hey, do you want to hang out? And she said, yeah, let me call you in a half hour. And she called me and she said, hey, what do you want to do? And I said, I don't know. What do you want to do? And she goes, you want me to come to your place? And I said, yeah. I don't. Hang on. Let me find out. And she goes, oh, you have a girlfriend? And I go, no, I don't have a girlfriend. But you know what? It's just weird. I'm in a weird, hold on. And I go, Ed, hey, I met a girl tonight at the show. She wants to come up here. You mind me coming? And he goes, dude, get some fucking pussy. And I go, all right. So I call her up and I go, yeah, can you meet me at the bottom of this road? There's a Ralph's at the bottom. And she goes, you don't want me to meet your address? I go, no, I'll bring you up. And then I met her in the parking lot. I say, yeah, just, and she goes, so what's going on? Why do you have to get permission for me to come over? I go, and I don't know how to tell her. I live at Eddie Van Halen's. I didn't know how to say it, so I go, I'm in a weird situation, and I live with somebody, and it's just something that we get up, and I use the back gate, and there's 2 gates that go in. I went to the back gate, and then I parked next to the studio, and I still haven't said anything. I open the door to the lounge, to the studio. She walks in and goes, wow. Is your friend like the biggest Van Halen fan on the planet or what? and then she starts noticing shit on the walls and she goes, what the fuck? How did your friend, how do you get that? And it's from Warner Brothers Records. It's the cover of all the Van Halen albums. And it says commemoration for 60 million albums sold. And she said, how did your friend get this? And I said, do you hear the noise in the next room? That's Van Halen. This is Eddie Van Halen's house, and it's kind of a long story, but he's letting me live here until I can get back on my feet. And she goes, oh, okay.
Zip, fling.
Yeah. It was immediate. That's always the next question, and it was immediate. Although,
fix on it.
Although the conversation leading up to that moment was just a lot of her looking, because my back was to the studio door, so she was talking to me going like, looking over my shoulder.
Yeah, of course.
Looking at,
So how did that end? Did Eddie kick you out, or you finally realized I gotta move on?
It ends badly.
Oh, you're smiling.
Oh. It ends badly.
It does. So you don't talk to Eddie Van Halen anymore?
Not because of Eddie.
Valerie?
No, but you know what? I ran into Valerie. I went that year. They went on tour, and it was a tough tour. A lot of fucking tension.
It didn't really work.
Eddie didn't want to be around Sammy. It was like Sammy and Mike had their own tour manager. Eddie and Al
there was
had
a
their
split.
own tour manager.
Yeah, there was a split there.
And they were flying on a private plane. They got a lot of money from Live Nation. And then Eddie decided, I don't even want to be on the same plane. So they got 2 private planes to fly them to all the gigs.
That's money.
And, yeah. And so a year later, the ex texted me and said, I hadn't talked to her in a year. I just want you to know that Maddie and I are in love. And giving her the benefit of the doubt, I texted her back and I said, Maddie who?
Right.
And she wrote back and said, well, he feels terrible because he loves you. And I was hanging out with this guy all the time.
What the fuck?
And they were together for 5 years and almost ended up getting married. They finally separated, but yeah. But Eddie was...
But you couldn't handle being around Maddie anymore, obviously, so you had to give up your Eddie Van Halen.
It was the instant like, oh, shit, okay. And it was like, I was actually more bummed out about him than I was about her, because I got over her.
Yeah, sure.
But were you doing that thing like... But it's Eddie Van Halen that I get to hang around.
I called him a couple years later. They were going on tour, and I called him up, and he picked up the phone. He goes, "Hey, who's this?" I go, Ed, it's Craig Gass. He goes, "Hey, what are you doing?" I go, "Nothing, man. What are you doing?" He goes, "Sitting on the toilet, taking a shit." And I go,
"No.
You want me to call you back?" And he goes, "No, what's going on?" I go, "You know what? I'll call you back. Eddie was the...
You just made Eddie Van Halen sound like the coolest guy.
Really?
He is the coolest guy. He was so cool. And you know what? Up until I found out what was going on, Maddie was the coolest guy too. It bummed me out because that whole time I'm doing gigs. So I'm flying out and I'm doing gigs on the road, and then I'd come back to that house, and Maddie and Eddie would try to help me get over the girl, and then I found out that while I was on the road, Maddie and the girl were hanging out.
So you went on the road with Van Halen for a little bit?
I went to a couple shows.
Oh, okay.
I didn't go on the road with them. I went to a couple shows, and it was tense. It was really, really tense on the road, but it was weird. Like, are you a Van Halen fan?
Oh, yeah, of course.
I had one moment where...
both versions, by the way.
Yeah.
Eddie...
Probably more David Lee Roth, but
yeah, me too.
Certainly Sammy
me too.
More than pulled it off.
Me too. And during that time... By the way, that's the whole time that Sammy wrote about in his book, about that crazy time when he was going over to the house. I wasn't allowed to be around anytime Sammy was coming up, they say, "Hey, you got to go down the hill."
Why? Sammy's cool as fuck.
But the tension between Eddie and Sammy, they didn't want anybody around for. So, and there was a lot of tension, and I don't know what it was about or, who, but I did have one moment, as a fan that was weird because, Eddie had just gotten out of a relationship, not with Valerie, with another girl. I'm getting out of a relationship, and he was incredibly kind in trying to help me get over this. And, he was recording this new album. They had an album of best of with 2 new tracks. And I remember we were sitting in the studio and we were talking, and he goes, "Hold on, I gotta do a guitar solo real quick." And then he played a solo, and I just watched him play, and I was like, fuck. Can I tell you what my favorite, of any Van Halen show I've ever been to, my favorite moment of any Van Halen show was in the middle of your solo. You would play that thing called Cathedral, and he goes, "Oh, sit down." And I go, "No, I'm not." Wait. I go, "I wasn't trying to get you to play it." And he goes, "No, Craig, sit down." And I go, "Ed, I swear, I really wasn't trying to get you to play it." And he goes, "Sit down." And I go, "All right." And he went through his gear, set it up, and he started playing Cathedral for me. It was surreal. And then I had a moment of weakness that I got back together with the girl. I did a big Valentine's Day show at the Comedy Store. And Eddie, his brother started to come over to the house because they're planning the tour. His brother was a great storyteller. And we would all end up hanging out for hours while they told me hilarious, insane tour stories. And then I'd go, "Hey man, I gotta go. I'm going down to the Comedy Store." And then Eddie would run out and go, "Hey, let me jump in." And I go, "No, I'm not, Ed, it's a fucking open mic. I'm not going to show up at an open mic with Eddie Van Halen."
Yeah.
And he goes, "No, I just want to watch some comedy, And I go, "Yeah, but can you just do me a favor? Just come to my show. I'm doing a big show in the main room on Valentine's Day." And he goes, "All right. Oh yeah, all right. Yeah, I'll watch the big shit." And so Valentine's Day comes around. And embarrassingly, I got back together with the ex. I had a moment of weakness. She texted me, I texted her. We got together on the 13th, and I had her come down on the 14th to my show. She's backstage. There's that dressing room in the back of the main room, and she's filming everybody. And Eddie's in a group of comedians, and I haven't introduced her to Eddie. So Eddie has no idea who this girl is. She's just filming.
Yeah.
And she's my birthday's on the 15th, so she's getting everybody to wish me a happy birthday. "Hey, can you do a happy birthday thing?" And I see Eddie, and he's like, and she goes, "Ed, do you mind wishing Craig a happy birthday?" And he goes, "Yeah, you rolling?" And she goes, "Yeah. What do you wish for Craig?" And he goes, "I just wish for him to get away from that fucking skank whore he's been with for the last few months." And I jumped.
Hard to believe.
I swear to you.
I hope it's true.
It's absolutely awesome.
Of course I hope it's true.
There are multiple witnesses of this, and I jumped in and I went, "Hey, what about you, Skippy? Skippy, let's keep filming over here. Skippy, you want to say something on the camera?"
I've done shit like that. Yeah. I've totally done shit like that,
Yeah, but so I just I had a falling out with a former friend. It bummed me out, and that's the story.
That's very cool. I think we did it.
I think so. Hey,
right?
I got to get on the road.
I think we got to end it there. Craig Gass, man.
Can I mention one more time that I am doing a show where I've tracked down
right.
a Facebook troll. He says he's going to show up at the New York Comedy Club this Sunday night. It's a 7 p.m. show at the New York Comedy Club, and I'm coming to the Improv in Tempe, and I'll be in New Hope, Minnesota next weekend. But this Sunday, a Facebook troll said that he's going to show me that he's funnier than I'll ever be. And it's this Sunday night at 7 p.m. The place only holds 100 seats, and I'm giving all the money to charity. So all the links, all the info is at getgas.com with 2 S's, getgas.com.
Very cool. And we'll see you next time you're in New York, buddy.
Absolutely.
This was a lot of fun.
That was I'm sorry for that long story.
No, I don't care.
Are you I get to sit here and enjoy a story, and I don't have to do shit.
But I'm reliving it, and my hands are shaking. I'm like, oh, fuck, that was a bad time in my life.
That was a good story. Vic Henley's hitting the road, too. He's going to be in Pittsburgh.
With Kathleen Madigan tomorrow night, in Baltimore on Saturday night, and the Omaha Funny Bone coming up next month.
And come down to see the show.
Jimmy also in Pittsburgh tomorrow night?
Yes.
He's in Minnesota tonight. And all his dates at JimNorton.com.
I think it was Varsity tonight and Rex Theater tomorrow.
I believe
Rex Theater in Pittsburgh.
I believe you're right. And I want to thank Artie Lange. Haven't seen him in a little bit.
Too good.
He just gave us a crazy hour, man. That was unbelievable. Artie Lange at Caroline's all this weekend, starting tonight, 212-757-4100. And for Artie, we'll go out with this. We'll see you. I'm out tomorrow. We'll see you Monday.